said in Evergreen. I said in everybody, we're gonna let some people get in here. But Africa was matriarch first. Don't nobody know that. You don't know Africa was a matriarch first. Shit, you don't even know what Africa is. Africa is Tunisia. I don't believe in matriarch or patriarch. It's just more shit to keep people arguing, especially in today's world where there's gender wars, psyops going on. Matriarch and patriarch is just here to keep people arguing. I don't believe in that shit. It's stupid. I said it is stupid. How you gonna tell me my bloodline only stretches from either my mother or my father when it took both of them to create me? I am my mama and my daddy. Y'all gotta give people their shit back. Y'all gotta give people their shit back and start thinking for yourself. Y'all gotta start thinking for yourselves. That shit is a European concept. Straight up. European concept. I don't get it. I don't get why people think this. Matriarch and patriarch. It don't even fucking matter. None of us own land. None of us control the laws. None of us, bro, we niggas barely got $200-$300 in their savings account to rub together, and we talking about matriarch and patriarch. We can't even fucking unite amongst each other. Niggas can't even build together. Niggas can't even read books and learn together. It's always a debate. I can read a book right now. Somebody will come in here and try to argue me down about the shit that I just read. Niggas can't, bro, folks cannot come together for nothing. And we sitting here talking about matriarch and patriarch? Man, look. A lot of this shit don't matter, bro. A lot of this shit is distractions. I don't give a fuck if you're a matriarch, patriarch, man, woman, green, blue, yellow. When it's time for us to get down, I hope your ass can get down. I don't care about none of that. But I'm thinking of matriarch as women being the authority and disciplinary of the community and the family. Both are that. This is what I'm trying to say though. Patriarch, matriarch, fuck that. Your mama and your daddy discipline you and the authority because you respect both of them. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. Yes, sir. No, ma'am. Yes, yes, ma'am. Go do this. Yes, mama. Go do this. Yes, daddy. You listen to both of them. They both discipline and whoop your ass. And both of my parents used to whoop my ass. My daddy used to whoop me when I got out of line. My mama did too. Grand Rises, what's happening? OCO, what's happening? I just want people to think outside of this box, man. Because we're going from one box to another box to another box. And we're not staying outside of the box. I don't believe in matriarch and patriarch because it took my mama and my daddy to create me. I got 50% of my DNA from my dad. I got 50% from my mama. So that means both of their DNA and blood and genetics is in me. So I honor my mother and thy father. All this matriarch and your bloodline cover, all that shit is still religious. All of that is still religious concepts. This is what I'm trying to get folks to think. You think you got done with Christianity? No. Christianity is one of the deepest programs that's in you. Even when you think you done with it, you still have some of that embedded in you. All that this shit comes from religion, man. Who told you? Well, you are what your father said. Man, that's Hebrew, Israelite, Christian. That's all that religion shit. You are what your mother are. That's more religion shit. How you gonna tell me who I am? Look, man, if you want to rock with the matriarch system, cool. If you want to rock with the patriarch system, cool. But don't tell people this is what everybody did because that ain't true. What about the mitochondrial DNA that can only be passed down from mothers? Okay, cool. There's other shit that can only be passed down from your father. Both parents do it. There's certain things that your father passed down that your mama can't pass down to you. There's things that your mama could pass down to you that your father can't pass down to you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because it took two to create you. Two halves to make a whole. What's saying it, y'all? What's saying it, Josh? What's saying it, One Race? Thank you for that. What's saying it, Kim? Evergreen, proper discernment, most definitely. The mitochondrial DNA is how they find the common ancestors in all humans. That ain't true, because if you look up Albert Perry, they use his Y chromosome to trace it back to understand that some of us have a common father. Go look up Albert Perry. They didn't use his mitochondrial DNA. They used his Y chromosome, and they trace back the man lineage, which traces back over 350,000 years old. Stop writing out of men. Stop writing out men. Stop writing out of women. You can use both to trace shit back. It's called DNA. It's called genetics. Your daddy's genetics exist. And they can trace the shit back. What are the Negroid concepts? But simple. Balance. Balance. It's always about balance. Believing in matriarch only or patriarch only, that's not balance. Why can't men and women sit down at a table and create some shit for the village together? Why is that so hard? Why do everybody want to be the authority figure? That's because your ass been oppressed your whole life. Now you been so oppressed your whole life that you want to be the authority of something. It's an ego thing. It's an ego thing. Smoke detector American, most definitely. What's that? I'm glad you can catch that dirt. It just lets me know my shit working. I don't care about no smoke detector. If your mind is so simple to be distracted by a simple beep, then your ass don't need to be here. Simple. And then a lot of y'all ain't nothing but followers because y'all ain't never mentioned no smoke detector until y'all start seeing that damn TikTok of that white dude. Again, easily influenced and brainwashed. Y'all niggas is lame, bro. My shit gonna keep beeping. The fuck? The fuck? Like. But this matriarch and this patriarch system shit, it ain't nothing but another gender psyop. Because notice, there wasn't nobody talking about no matriarch or patriarch system 10 and 12 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nobody talking about that shit 10 and 12 years ago. What's saying it, beautiful goddess? Now all of a sudden the whole gender wars and shit start happening. The psyops, now everybody know matriarch and patriarch. Man, that shit's lame. It's stupid. Yeah, I'm from Atlanta, bro. All we do is have comebacks. I'm from Atlanta, bro. All we do is joke, jive, and have comebacks. So you're going to have to come with something stronger than that if you want to clown me. So you did research to make this conclusion? Yes, I did do research to make this conclusion. And the best conclusion and research that you could do is just think for yourself. Who told y'all? Okay, y'all tell me this. Where did matriarch and patriarch come from? Who created it? Who created it? Who created matriarch and patriarch systems? What culture? What people? What person? Give me a name. If you can't give me a name, then you don't know where this shit come from. I don't know why it's so hard to understand that you can uphold both your family. You can uphold your mama and your daddy. Thank you, Evergreen. I keep telling you, it's just a European concept. Just listen to the name, matriarch, patriarch. That shit sound like some England shit. Patriarch, matriarch. That sound like some England shit. That shit don't sound like no Indian shit. That shit sounds straight. We are in a matriarchal system, and everybody has to listen. That shit, come on, man. Stop that shit. Stop that shit, bro. And then if you talking about back when it was polygamy and all that, how you gonna have a matriarch system when you got polygamy everywhere back then? The fuck? Thank you, Evergreen. It's literally they word. Yes. You know we study words, Evergreen. You know we know the etymology and where shit come from. That's why I'm saying this shit. Matriarch and patriarch, it's they word, it's they concepts. And people ask like, well, have you did the research? All you got to do is go type in etymology and put patriarch after it and lead and watch where it leads you to. It ain't going to lead you to nothing Indian or indigenous or African. It's going to take your ass to Europe, Greece, and Rome. You know, stop that, man. That's in today's day and age. The reason why I don't agree with this shit, because in today's day and age, people egos won't get this concept. A lot of people just want to do this to have authority over people. They don't want to do this because of what it used to build back in the day when real Europeans used to do matriarch and patriarch and then used to build shit from it. Today's day and age, people are so oppressed, they just want one or the other to show their dominance because they've been oppressed their whole life being on this planet. That ain't my problem. My bloodline comes from my mama and my daddy. I ain't got to pick one or the other. I could be an Indian, Irish, Moor if I want to. Because I can recognize all sides of my family and spectrum because it takes all of them to make me. My mama didn't just create me by herself. My daddy genes played shit. If you look at me and look at my daddy, obviously his genes play a hell of a factor. But if you put me next to my mama, her genes did too. I act like both my parents. I talk like both my parents. I walk like both my parents. I love certain foods like either one of my parents. You are literally both your parents. So to sit here and to do this shit right here, boy, look. And I'm going to tell people the reason why Indians had a matriarch system is because all the men was getting knocked off. Hence why you got European in your family, which are the men. You ain't got no women European in your family. It's men Europeans that you're going to find in your family. Why? Because the Indian men was getting knocked off. That's why you only hear from your grandmama's side and the women in your family, because the men didn't make it. The only men made it was the Europeans. The Indian men got knocked off a long time ago. Of course, you got to knock off the men to get to the women and children. So they knocked off all the men and left the women and children wide open. Now you got the Europeans coming in. Whether they was good or bad, they still coming in. And they still mixing with indigenous people. Come on, man. Give them people their shit back. Give them all their shit back. We don't need a matriarch or a patriarch system. We just need folks to be grown and to think. You don't need no matriarch or patriarch system to know, hey man, we got to unite, bro. We need some land. We got to link up. We got to build some shit. We need an economy. We need to gate this bitch out. We need to start building for ourselves, men and women. You don't need no patriarch. You just need to have a fucking brain. And I'm only, and you know, bro, and I'm only irritated like this because, bro, like I'm tired of scrolling on all these fucking social media sites, bro, and even in real life talking to people. And it's always some gender shit. Like men don't want to lose power, so they want to hold on to the patriarch. Well, women don't want to do that. Man, both of y'all need to shut the fuck up. I'm tired of hearing men complain about women and women complain about men. Both of y'all is sheep out here in these motherfucking streets if y'all still playing inside these gender psyop battle roles. Because if you're melanated like me, you ain't got no fucking power. You ain't got no authority. You ain't even part of this fucking system. Because you oppressed, nigga. You at the bottom of the pyramid. What are you talking about? This shit is for this shit for rich folks and kings and queens. Not people trying to find their identity and build some shit and come back together. Man, leave that gender psyop shit alone. That shit come in all shapes, forms, and sizes. And there's a lot of fake people on this app pushing gender psyops. I just left a live with a woman talking about y'all hate women and y'all don't want the matriarch system because men don't want to cough up their power, sister. You need to dig deeper into knowledge. Because last time I checked, the melanated men haven't had power since we got overthrown back in 1850s. So we ain't never had no power. Wrong men. You need to be looking at the Arab men. Look at the Chinese man. You need to look at the white man. You need to look at all these other men who's controlling your ass and the way you eat and live and think and sleep and breathe and think and watch TV and read. All that shit. They the ones that's doing that. Not us. How the fuck white man is destroying the world and black man is getting the black ass for the shit? How are they controlling the matrix and we getting the backlash for the shit? It's like, I don't get this shit. How y'all can lump us up with the motherfuckers who's oppressing us with y'all? I go to work just like y'all, 9 to 5. Struggling and shit too. Shit, I ain't got no fucking power. Man, y'all better leave this shit alone, man. This shit'll have you running around in circles instead of actually building some shit that really matters. This shit don't matter. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. If you got a good idea on how we can get up out this shit, I'm all ears. I'm all ears. It's called teamwork, bro. It's called teamwork. But everybody want to be number one. Everybody want to be the authority. Everybody want their word to be the end all be all. A lot of y'all are narcissists and don't even fucking know it. Egotistical and shit. Give them people they shit back. Because Indians didn't have no matriarch or patriarch system. Before Moors became Islam, they didn't have a matriarch or patriarch system. I'm saying that, friend. Give that shit back, man. Give the Europeans their concept back. Come on, say it with me. Matriarch, patriarch. That shit sound like it came from England. The German. That ain't them. Those two words ain't even an Indian word. This is why I don't agree with it. I'm gonna be real. Like those who do agree with this shit, cool. I ain't got no problem with y'all. I love you because everybody have their right to their own beliefs. But facts trump beliefs any day. The fact is this. It took your mama and your daddy to make you. The fact is this. You got both of their genes. So you can trace your bloodline from both parents. The fact is this. It takes man and woman to create a utopia. The truth is this. If you are an Indian, you believe in balance. Period. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about the shit. You believe in balance because you are spiritual. A lot of people get on these apps and want to drop gems on historical shit, and they ain't even spiritual. How are you claiming you an Indian and you ain't spiritual? How are you claiming you an Indian, a Naga, and you ain't even spiritual? You don't know the first thing about spiritual. You don't even believe in spirits. You are what your mother are. No, I am what my parents are. Y'all could be what y'all mama is, but I'm not going to ignore my father and his bloodline because he matters. I look just like the dude. My mama and my daddy is. I'm what my parents are. Both of them. Both of them. Why is that a hard concept to get, bro? Give religion they shit back. The only reason why y'all believe you are what your mother are and you are what your father are is because religion told you that shit. Whether you a Moor, a Christian, a Jew, or whatever, religion told you that stupid shit. It's very true. It's Very true. Show me an ancient Indian tablet that says you are what your mother are. Show me. You can't find it. Show me the book, the ancient text that say Indians are what they mother are. You can't find it because it don't exist. You are what your parents are. That's not hard. Most of y'all, some of y'all hate y'all daddy anyway because the nigga probably wasn't there. So the matriarch system sounds better anyways because it feeds the fuel of your daddy not being there. And you probably got some animosity towards the nigga. So of course you want to be what your mama is because some of y'all don't even know who y'all daddy is. Fuck you gonna write your daddy out of history for when it took his genes to make you too? Your mama didn't make you by herself. Your daddy didn't make you by himself. You are what your parents are. And I'ma scream my shit proud. I'm Irish. I'm Indian. I got some more in me. I got Germanic. And that comes from both sides of my family. And I honor and respect all my ancestors. I don't pick and choose. I don't just respect the ancestors off my mama's side. You got the ancestors on your daddy's side mad as fuck at you because you ain't acknowledging them. You got to acknowledge all your ancestors. When you do your genealogy, you tracing with your daddy too. You ain't just using your mama to trace you back. Well, I don't know about y'all, but me, when I did my genealogy, I needed my daddy name too. I needed his daddy name. When it came to genealogy, I needed my daddy's mama and daddy name. When it came to my mama's side, I needed her mama and daddy name. And I did my ancestor. Look, don't get me started on this shit. I'm just tired of hearing this matriarch and patriarch bullshit because it is not Indian. It is not Indian. It is not Indian. And you cannot find you can't find nothing outside of religion that says that this shit is Indian culture. I dare you. Payday is Friday. If you could prove me wrong, I'll send you a dub to your Cash App. You got till Friday to prove me wrong. If you can find an ancient text that's older than religion, older than any European and England monarch or matriarch system, if you can show something like that and prove it, I'll slide you a dub to your Cash App. And I know because Los don't talk out his ass. I've never got on here and talked out my ass. So obviously I dug down deep and I found something that others haven't realized. And I'm daring y'all to do it too. Look, man, respect your daddy and respect his bloodline and his ancestry. Respect your mama, her bloodline and her ancestry. Because it took all of them just to create your ungrateful ass. Peace. What's in it? What's in it? Give these people they shit back. What's in it, She Naga? Give these people they shit back. I'm talking about all of it. We still trying to decolonize our minds from religion. And I know it. I know we still trying to decolonize our mind from religion. Just because you say, I'm not religious no more, I'm not a Christian, it is still embedded in you lightweight because all the years of indoctrination. I don't know about y'all, but I had hella years of indoctrination. Nigga, Sunday school, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, nigga, Fridays going to the old folks' home so my granddaddy could preach to him because he was a pastor. Double back on Sunday to go back to church. I know I ain't the only one. I ain't the only one. You've been heavily indoctrinated. So it takes more than just say, I ain't Christian no more. Yeah. Man, hell no. You still have certain ways that's religious. If you still believe in one creator, you still religious. God is a man. No, God is a woman. God is both of them, because there are many gods that created many gods. And I'm going to say this because I ain't say this in a long time. Appreciate that. There are many gods, M-A-N-Y, that created many gods, M-I-N-I. There are many gods that created many gods. If you still believe in one God, you are still indoctrinated with Christianity religion. Why can't a man and a woman both sit at the throne in heaven? Because it takes man and woman to create life. I know, my daughter 3. I just created life 4 years ago. Okay? It takes man and woman. So why can't a man and a woman sit up there on the throne of heaven? And why can't we be their kids? Why can't everything just be balanced? Why it gotta be one or the other? Bruh. Why it gotta be like that, huh? Let's make man in our image. Let's make man in our image. O-U-R. Our image. So there were many gods talking about creating humanity in the likeness of their image. From 4 years old, 3 times a week, church, man, look. They used to have us in church like we was possessed by demons. Thank you, Finding. Appreciate that, OG. What's happening? We just gotta we just gotta use our mind a little bit more without the ego. What's that in originally sounds? God don't have a formless. How you know that, Seven? Who told you God ain't got no form? Who is God? What is God? When it comes to the concept of God, you still operate from a religious aspect. Even when you still talking about God, the Most High, you still operate from a religious aspect, because everything that you know about God was taught to you from church. School ain't teach you about God. TV ain't teach you about God. The only people that taught you about God was religion. So when you trying to unlearn to relearn everything, you got to start with that too. So you don't know what God is or what he look like. But if they created us in their image, then I imagine my God and my creator will look like me. Yours will look like you. Supreme being, both female and men being. Or why can't it just be a female and a male God that's creating kids? Why it has to be one energy with two things? Why can't it just be two different energies coming together to create life? Ain't that what you did with your child? Wasn't y'all two different energies that came together to create life? As above, so below, right? As within, so without, right? Do we believe in spirituality, or we just talk that shit because it sounds good? Burn my savings. I'm saying, and keep pushing. So who taught you what a matriarch and patriarch is? That's the question. Who taught you? Who told you what this was? Where did you get this idea from? This concept feeds ego. I said in Los 301 Soul. All I'm saying is just research, deep dive, and give people their shit back. And have your mind, have your own mind. Because a lot of these concepts still come from religion. All this, you are what your mama are, you are what your daddy are. That shit come from religion. And some more shit. And I know that for a fact because I literally can call my grandmama right now who is 75 years old, and I can call my other one who is 80 years old. And these are older Indians than any of y'all on here. And I can let them talk to y'all. And they would tell you that that concept is bullshit. Our ancestors and our people didn't believe in this shit. That comes from my grandmamas, man, who still living and breathing. Indians. They ain't believing this shit. We knew what balance was. A lot of these systems was put in place for degenerates. Not for us, for them. My grandma be the first one to tell you it took men and women to build. Even in a relationship. It takes both. Talk to y'all grandmamas, man. You living with history. You living with history. Talk to them. Sometimes we be so immersed in these books that you can still get brainwashed with books if you're not careful. Not all books is good books. All right? Not all books is good books, so you got to be careful what you read. You got to research the author, where he came from, what he believe in, who his bloodline is, what's his agenda. Research the authors of these books. Got to research the authors of these books and see what side they on. Talk to the oldest family member of your family. If they still alive, talk to them. Talk to them on some spiritual shit. You really do have a beautiful way of processing things. I appreciate that. Thank you. We're going to be high on this life. I know that this is a topic a lot of people want to avoid and don't want to talk about. Because a lot of people still in their ego. They want to be the authority. They want to write the laws. Listen to the reason why people want a matriarch and patriarch system. Women want the matriarch so they could be the authority and write the laws and control shit. Men want the patriarch so they can have the authority and write the laws and control shit. It's all about control and ego with these systems. Man, give them that shit back. We don't need that shit. This is the opposite of what we're trying to accomplish. And I also tell people all the time to research all these Indian tribes because all these Indian tribes didn't do the same thing. They didn't do the same thing. To sit here and the Black Indians was matriarchal system in the beginning. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. A lot of Indian tribes they did what worked for them. You know how you got to do in your relationship? You got to do what works for you. Is it 50-50, 100, 70, 80, 20, whatever the fuck the case may, you got to do what work for you. Indian tribes did the same thing. What worked for them? Some Indian tribes had 3 women and 3 men as counsel. 2 shaman, 2 priests, and 2 priestess. Some tribes had 3 women, 2 men. Some had all women. Unless you was an Amazon, this matriarch system ain't gonna work for you now unless you was a part of the Amazon tribe. And then when they had sons, they'll knock off their sons or send their sons up the river to be orphans and some more shit. Do we really know about history? Do you really believe that your ancestors and our ancestors was just 100% good out here and they just peaceful and Gandhi? The Amazon tribes used to send the men babies. When they had babies and they come out as a boy, they would Moses the nigga. Send them straight up the river. Abandon them. Now the little baby got to fend for himself. Hopefully somebody find him. And if nobody find him, the little baby dies. Do y'all understand this shit? Do y'all understand what tribes was out here, the things they did? Because if you really did, if you really dug in history, you wouldn't be sitting here thinking that your ancestors and our ancestors were just 100% good. Because that ain't true. Because you ain't 100% good. All of us done did some fucked up shit in our lives, just a reflection of who our ancestors are. I haven't met that one person that is 100% good a day in my life. I haven't met that one person that told 100% truth a day in my life. Even the ones that be like, I don't tell no lie, I'm going to tell you the truth. Even they didn't tell white lies. The bill collector called. You know what I'm saying? You lay on a bill. Your kid want to go somewhere and you tell them we ain't got it, but you really do got it, but you don't want to do it. Like, motherfuckers be telling lies out here, man. Motherfuckers need to wake up, bro. I'm probably one of the few folks on this app that be keeping it real like this. I'll never fake the flodge. I've never met no person that told 100% truth. I never met no person that kept it 100% real. I never met that one person. You might have kept it 98. You might have kept it 95. You might have kept it 90, 80, and 70, and 60, and 50 and shit. But I've never seen nobody that kept it 100. Bruh, look. Never. And you won't see it. Why? Because of duality. Duality. You're not created from 100% good energy. You are duality. You have low vibrational and high vibrational. You are God and the devil all wrapped into one. As above, so below, as within, so without. Yin and yang, you. So that's how I know folks ain't. Bro, look, I'm going to keep it 100. I ain't going to keep it. I ain't going to fake a flodge. I'm probably one of the first people that you'll ever hear be honest about telling a lie. That shit sound crazy, right? Being honest about telling a lie. That shit crazy. It's called duality. I say and tell you, man, Los ain't perfect, but I'll tell you a few white lies. Especially if you're a bill collector. Especially if y'all asking me to go out and I don't feel like doing some shit. Hey, bro, we going to the club. Do you want to come out now, bro? I got some other shit to do. Hang up the phone. I'm watching Netflix. I ain't doing shit. Don't want to be bothered. My daughter asked me, Daddy, can we stop and get something to eat? Baby, I ain't got no money for that right now. You know what I'm saying? Knowing I got some other shit to do. Nah, but we can't go to this Mexican restaurant, baby, but we can go over here, though, and do some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop playing, man. Y'all know y'all done lied to y'all kids before. Y'all know y'all done lied to y'all mamas before. You know you done lied to yourself. If you still lie to yourself, I know you'll lie to me. I lie to myself sometimes. We all do it. We all do it, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. We all do it. And ain't nobody teach you how to lie. You born knowing that. Believe it or not. Nobody taught you how to lie. You was born knowing that. Same example. You peek around the corner, you see a 1-year-old doing something that they ain't supposed to. Hey, what you doing? Nothing. I already done told you one. It's a defense mechanism that happens in your brain for being scared. That's what that is. That's called keeping it all the way real with yourself. And it takes real shadow work to understand it. I don't need no yes men around me. I don't need no enabler. I don't need nobody to check me because I can check myself. And I can check myself thorough, whether I'm right or I'm wrong. I can look in the mirror and just check myself, bro. You know you was wrong as fuck for doing that. Yeah, damn, I don't know why I did that shit, bro. I gotta do better next time. Yeah, bro, we gotta do better next time. You can't be doing that shit. That's called self-reflection. Or when you achieve something, man, that's what I'm talking about, bro. I knew we could do it. Yeah, bro, we did this shit. But next time, just go better. Yeah, we gonna go better. You understand me? We gotta we gotta decolonize our minds. We gotta be real with self. We gotta stop, man. Just be real with yourself, bro. That's it. If you can't be real with yourself, you can't be real, period. You gotta be real with yourself first before you could be real with anybody in the world. Because of the universal law of reflection. If you ain't real with yourself, you ain't gonna be real with other people. If you telling lies to yourself, you gonna tell lies to other people. If you gonna harm yourself or put yourself in harm's way, you'll put other people in harm's way. If you don't give a damn about yourself, I know you don't give a damn about me. So I ain't gonna get in the car with you. I'm saying that though. Self-reflection is important. Self-consciousness, self-awareness. And most important, stop giving a fuck what people think about you, because people don't think. Folks are people pleasers out here. People are people pleasers out here. Stop caring about what people think. The reason why you haven't changed your life around and made significant changes in your behavior is because you care about what people think. You care about this fake image that you didn't put on for people. You care more about the mask than your actual self. Even in this so-called conscious community, people still wearing a mask. People still give a fuck about what people think about them. Are we spiritual? Are we vibing high? Or are we still vibing low, giving a fuck about what people think? Trying to be a people pleaser. Los ain't no people pleaser. Look, you rock with me, cool. If not, fuck it, I don't care. I've been an outcast and a black sheep my whole life anyway, bro. It surprised me when people do want to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Los, you cool and funny than a motherfucker. I be shocked as hell. For real? Damn, that's okay. Shit, that's new. It surprises me on some opposite shit. What don't surprise me, man? I don't fuck with that nigga. That nigga lame as shit. That shit don't surprise me, nigga. I done heard that shit since pre-K, nigga. The first nigga I told no in pre-K, I've been a lame nigga ever since to him. I don't care what these people think. People don't think. Half of these niggas ain't even thinking. And most of these folks that's out here in the conscious community is just wearing another mask of another conscious person. I've seen hella Rashad Jamals on this motherfucking app. I've seen hella young pharaohs on this motherfucking app. I've seen hella Dane Calloway motherfuckers on this app. But motherfuckers ain't nothing but clones on this bitch. Another mask. Man, be real. Shit. It's a lot of little losses out here too. And they still keep my name in their mouth too because they love me and they love my teachers. It's okay. It's a thin line between love and hate. I love and respect y'all too, and I wish y'all the best on y'all journeys wherever it may take you in life. Los don't entertain the dumb shit because I don't care what people think. I don't give a fuck. Half these people I never see a day in my life. You think I'm gonna give a fuck about some people I never see in my life? Hell no. I don't know nothing about some of these folks. You think I'm gonna care? Y'all gotta stop caring about what these people think, man. Anytime somebody come on this platform and say some crazy shit about you, man, laugh at that shit. I laugh at that shit all day. That shit be hilarious. Because motherfuckers don't know me in real life. All you know Los for is getting on this live and teaching. And he got a daughter. For the most part. He tell jokes, he cool. You can ask him anything, he gonna give you a straight up answer about anything, whether you like it or not, he gonna tell you. But for the most part, these people don't fucking know me and I don't know them. I don't care. Y'all gotta move like that. It's called the art of detachment. And it's also called the art of not giving a fuck. Better learn how to use it. I don't care about this shit. Half of these people that be on this app still talking about Los that y'all be seeing and sharing the videos, because of them, they are promoting me, because it makes people now want to come to my page to see who is this person. Hey, Eazy-E said it best. All promotion is good promotion. Hey, fuck it. Keep promoting me. Keep talking bad about me, because two things gonna happen. People want to know, well, what is it on this guy's page and what he's saying that makes you feel this way? And they're gonna come to my page and this shit filled with knowledge. Appreciate you. Keep sending them my way. Shout out to all the new followers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the new followers. Okay? All the new subscribers, all the new supporters. Shout out to y'all for being curious to come over here to see what it is. But outside of that extra shit, that shit just extra shit. And it's a distraction. And a lot of these people on here are fake woke. They are distractions. And they ain't got nothing going with nothing. And they just trying to have a name for themselves. Because these people have been low vibrating and have self-esteem issues and insecurity issues that they'll never admit to themselves. So they'll never admit it in public. But at night, they look at that motherfucking mirror and they feel some type of way deep down in their soul. And it irritates them and it makes them miserable. You still got some soul searching to do. Everybody Indians, but everybody ain't spiritual. I haven't seen too many Indians come out here and do a spiritual live yet. I haven't seen that many Indians do spiritual lives yet. Oh, you Choctaw? Well, what was their spiritual beliefs? What did they believe in? What was the origin story? Oh, you Blackfoot? What's the spiritual beliefs? You Tiano, you Arawak? What's the spiritual beliefs? Most definitely, shout out to Miss Tia, my Blackfoot sister from Mississippi. We both Blackfoots. And we both shamans and priestess. We got that. We got that spiritual gift now. Lo's spiritual gift is different. I don't pull cards like Miss Tia, but I can read your motherfucking energy though. You can have one conversation with Los, and I know everything you done went through in your life by how you talk to me. Oh, you got some trauma right here. Oh, you need to heal right here. You low vibrating right there. You need to bring it up a little bit. I see things before they happen. I have deja vu all the time. This is why a lot of stuff don't surprise me. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all something that a lot of people don't know. While everybody was together, and I knew everybody was gonna fall out. I said it a long time ago. I said this shit's not gonna last, and everybody was gonna fall out back in April. I said it. I seen it because I know the personalities that was in these groups. I still seen your Bad Girls Club and your Love and Hip Hop persona still there. I still see your hood niggas still there, lurking. I still see your scammers and con artists right there lurking. I see it. I know what these different spirits look like. Because for one, I used to have the spirit of a scammer. I did. What's happening, C3? I used to have the spirit of a scammer. But when I was 16, I used to scam the shit out of them Africans that came in the hood looking for that herb. I used to give you oregano and everything. And don't let you be no clucker. And you coming through looking for that, yeah. I'm going to give you some of that drywall and orange gel. Nigga, I was a scammer. I know what the fuck that looked like. universal of reflection. You see in other people that once was or still is inside you. This is why you can recognize it. And it's going to make a lot of people bad. The reason why you can spot out a narcissist is because that shit is inside you too. The traits is in all of us. This is why you can spot it out so good. The reason why you can spot out a liar so good is because those traits is in you as well. It's called the universal law of reflection. If we start studying spirituality, we'll start understanding this. Because once you start studying spirituality, it leads you to psychology. Because psychology, the etymology of psychology means the study of the spirit and soul. So spirituality and psychology is both linked. This is the reason why you see this. All y'all niggas that be like, man, she ain't nothing but a hoe. That's because you a hoe too, nigga. You see it in yourself. I know that, nigga, for a fact. A lot of women, man, that be attracting all these no good ass niggas, that's because it's something inside you that's attracting these no good niggas. It ain't no good spirit either. It's because like attracts like, birds of a feather flock to motherfucking gather. That goes with boyfriends and girlfriends too. Y'all friends? Why wouldn't that phrase go for y'all? Girl, he ain't nothing but a street nigga, and you a street woman, and you love that shit, don't you? Oh, Lord, look. Duality. Spirituality. If you an Indian, you definitely should be teaching spirituality. Or you should be learning it so you can teach it. It's more to being an Indian than just knowing that our land got taken. It's more to being an Indian than knowing that these laws is made up against us. It's more to knowing us being an Indian deeper than eugenics and sterilization of eugenics. And all that shit is physical. All that is physical. 3D. They got you spiritually first because they broke your brain first. So that means they had to break your spirit first. And that's what they did first. So before you can get any identity and anything back, you need to get your soul back because they took it. Nigga done took your soul. You got to get that back. This matrix is ciphering off your energy. You need to get that back. Everybody want to reclaim identity. You need to reclaim your power. What the fuck is an identity without the power? You need to reclaim your spirit, your soul. This matrix got your soul trapped. You feel like a slave, but you can roam freely. That's because your soul is a slave. The physical is a manifestation of the spiritual realm. And if you ain't free in the physical realm, that's because you ain't free in the spiritual realm. You got to free yourself spiritually first before you can free yourself physically. Because they trapped you spiritually. You are a light being stuck in a prism of a matrix. You are trapped in a prism. Your house is a prism. And a prism, P-R-I-S-I-M, prism is a thing that traps light. You are a light being. You are an electromagnetic carbon being. You are a light being. And you are trapped with light codes and shit. Your house is a prism. Your job is a prism. Your car is a prism. Some niggas go to prison, which is just a prism within a prism. You've been trapped here. You've been trapped here spiritually, soulfully, lightfully. You gotta free yourself. But the first thing of freeing yourself is being real with yourself and doing your shadow work. Dark night of the soul. Death of the ego. What's that, indeed? Chakras, vibrations, frequencies. Higher self, lower self. Understanding that you are good and evil. You are yin and yang. You are duality. You are the serpent. You have that serpent wisdom. Man, being an Indian is deeper. And reclaiming your identity don't mean nothing if you don't reclaim your power of your soul. I'm sorry, but a lot of y'all ain't gonna like this, but our ancestors sold our souls a long time ago. Do y'all know what roots look like? We have roots put on us. I'm not talking about ancestral roots. We have that. I'm talking about hoodoo, voodoo. Our ancestors sacrificed us a long time ago. This is why we going through the hell that we going through now. Yes, I love my ancestors and I respect them, but they fucked over us. Man, my grandmama been sitting on the information and she ain't tell us because our ancestors fucked over us. Research slavery. Most of them slaves was owned by their family, man. Your family be the first one to fuck you over. Y'all ain't learned that lesson yet. The universe is showing you what happened to you. How did these people come in power? How did these people do it? Your family sold you out, nigga. I know what hoodoo is and voodoo. They sold our souls a long time ago to these devils, man. Contracted. What do you want for this land? Give me your kids and your generations after that. Perpetual. They gave us up to these folks, man. Generationally. We going through hell. Perpetually being sacrificed. For what? Look, man, our ancestors sold us out in the end only for them to get fucked in the end. That's how we lost everything. Stop giving the white man so much power. He ain't strong enough to overthrow you, but your family is, though. Appreciate that, OG. That shit took me a long time to realize that, man. Waking, baking, and Lowe's cooking like a barbecue pit, man. I appreciate that. But for real, man, it took me a long time to realize that I'm reading all these books. And I'm reading all these books with the same question everybody asking. How did these people do this shit to us? How did they do this shit to us? How? They are the minority. Who did this shit to us? Okay. The first little bucket of water that the horse went to and drunk. I'm talking about me. I'm the horse drinking the water. The first little bucket of pill that the horse done drunk. Well, shit, the world is melanated. Okay. All right, got that check. Boom, okay. The next pail of water that the little horse went to and drunk. Hold on, nigga. Most of these so-called slaves was kids. Orphan trains and shit. What the fuck going on? The last pail of water that the little horse went to drink. Niggas was owned by their family, bro. Damn. They didn't steal your land. Our ancestors gave it to them because they sold us out. Because they got tired of fighting. They got tired of fighting. That's why. Yes, I'm mad they sold us out. But I understand because they got tired of fighting. Our people are not a warlike tribe. We can go to war with you now. And we can give it to you. But that is not us at the heart. So our energy is different. We get tired of fighting, bro. We just want peace. We just want to be left the fuck alone. We've been saying this shit. We still, bro, I was born in 1990. I'm 33. We still saying the same. Bro, we just want to be left the fuck alone, bro. We just want peace. Y'all can put us on the other side of America and put a wall up, nigga, and we be fine, bro. Just leave us alone. Leave us alone. That's all we want is to be left alone. They can't leave us alone because they are a warlike tribe and their energy is wired to keep going like an Energizer bunny. They keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And then you take that and you take some of them family members that don't like your ass, cause we all got cousins that don't like us. We all got aunties and uncles who feel some type of way towards us. So it ain't hard to think our ancestors sold us the fuck out. It might not be your mama, your daddy, your grandmama or grandmama, but your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, your aunties and all them. Yeah, nigga. Cause you might be the heir to the throne. And they might not get nothing. They jealous. They want to knock you. They want to backdoor you. That's the age-old story inside our neighborhood. Friends backdoor friends. I done seen it. I've seen niggas backdoor they homeboy. I done seen women backdoor they homegirl. I done seen cousins flip on cousins. Just because a nigga's born in your family don't mean y'all stay family, man. Tupac said it the best. Your family be the first ones because they know you the best. They know what makes you tick. They know your weakness. They know your strengths. They know everything, nigga. You grew up with your cousins. Your auntie helped change your little diaper and wipe your snotty nose, nigga. They know you the best. What have I always told you? It take melanated people to oppress melanated people because they know you the best. These folks is new. These folks is new to this earth. They don't know shit about you. They still studying you because they don't know you. They still studying you to this day because they don't know you. They still learning. But you know who know you? The people that have been here with you the longest since ancient days, nigga. The same people that you've been warned with before these people even came out the caves or even mutated to be who the fuck they was, nigga. It was people that look like you. And a lot of these Pan-Africans hate that shit. You just create more division. Nah, bro. I see you though. Nah, I ain't creating more division. I'm woke, nigga. If we sit here talking about the world was melanated, then who was beefing then? Cause the world wasn't at peace back then. These people ain't number 8,000 years old, if that. The world was melanated. So who was the fucking Christian crusades then? Who was these Christians that was Christianizing people? If I showed you a picture, it's gonna look like motherfuckers like me with receding hairlines and shit. Who is these Muslim crusaders who spread this Islam and shit? It's gonna be people that look like me, wearing a turban, speaking Arabic to you. Who is these original Jews and Catholic folk? More people that look like me because Christianity and Catholic are same thing. And to be a good Muslim is to be a good Jew, because what people don't even understand is that before Islam ever was created, I hope the Moors is in here listening to me. Before Islam was even created, y'all was Jews. Moors, before you was Islamic, you was a Jew. Who are the Moors then? I waited so long to tell y'all this because Moors don't even know who they are. Y'all want to know who Moors really are? Moors are Sephardic Jews who got converted to Islam. That's who Moors are. They became Gentiles in the book. They're Gentiles. Ain't no Moabite shit. You say no all you want to. I don't talk out my ass. Somebody better educate them real quick. You better educate them real quick. Moors ain't nothing but Sephardic Jews. This is why everywhere you see Sephardic Jews, you see Moors. Everywhere you see Moors, you see Sephardic Jews. They the same damn people. I've always said that. So if they the same damn people, so what was you called before you was called a Moor? You was called a Jew. Moor didn't come until you became a Muslim. Because what is a Moor? A Moor is a Berberi mixed Arab Muslim. And Muslim ain't even that old. That's who the Moors are. And the reason why they don't know this is because they've been indoctrinated and conquered a long time ago. And their history been wiped out. That's the truth. That's who they are. This is why Farrakhan, he slid the gym in on the low. Well, if everybody's saying everybody is anti-Semitic, well, technically, if Muslims want to, we can go back to the Jew faith and be Semitic again because we're Afro-Asiatic. Farrakhan said that shit. He slid it right under the radar. Ain't nobody catch that shit. I caught that shit up. That whole thing with Kyrie Irving and shit, and Farrakhan was like, anti-Semitic, we can't be anti-Semitic. Well, technically, if we wanted to as Muslims, we can claim Semitic. They not even claiming Semitic then. What the fuck are they claiming? Who were they before they became conquered by Islamic religion? They was Jews. Sephardic. Peep game, man. That all skin folk is your kin folk. And I get that shit tatted on my skin. I create shirts that say that all skin folk is your kin folk just so people could get the message. The reason why 100% melanated unity haven't worked, won't work, and still not gonna work is because a lot of us ain't the same people. A lot of us got different energies. A lot of us got different agendas. A lot of these niggas is infiltrators to make sure to keep an eye on you, to make sure you don't go too far. This why people don't understand the basis of COINTELPRO. This is why they still have this fantasy of, look, man, if all melanated people around the world could just unite, man, we'll take this shit over. Niggas, some melanated people still running shit. You ain't part of their bloodline. Your ancestors ain't they ancestor. This is why doing your census record and finding out who your bloodline really is as deep as possible is important. So you know. So you know. Some of these people ain't you. And that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It ain't just a white tea, man. It ain't just a herb. It ain't just, man, look. Bruh. I don't know what it is, but when I got on live today, this shit wasn't my message. But it became my message like 10 seconds before I even got on live. So I guess it was meant for me to speak on this, to say this, and to get it off my chest or something like that. Whatever is channeling me, it's channeling me. And I hope y'all get the message in the gems that I'm putting down. You know what I'm saying? Or the universe or whatever it is that's speaking. Because we got to wake up. And when I mean we, I mean the children of the Most High. Not all melanated people are the children of the Most High. Not all melanated people are 9 ether beings. Not all melanated people are part of that 144,000. It's over billions of melanated people, but it's only supposed to be 144,000. Y'all do the math on that one too. So obviously, somewhere down the line, it ain't meant for all melanated people to unite. It's meant for a specific group to wake up, to influence the world and the rest of our people who is asleep around the world, who's been scattered on the 4 corners of the earth, to wake up. Because when these YT people leave this earth, you still got to deal with melanated people who don't like you. At the end of the day. And y'all know who they are. Y'all see them every day. Y'all know it's niggas that don't like y'all. So this is why it's bewildering me to even think about 100% melanated unity when you know it's melanated people out there who don't like you. That don't even make sense in itself. What makes sense is find your tribe. Rock with your tribe. Your soul tribe, your spirit tribe, your energy tribe. Find them, rock with them, build with them. And y'all keep any infiltrators from infiltrating y'all spiritual group. Because we are in a spiritual battle, not physical. And it's always been a spiritual battle. Physical is just a manifestation of the spiritual. And if we are oppressed in the physical, that means we are losing in the spiritual. And I can cut on the TV and I can get on social media and I can see that we losing physically. I can see we losing physically. We are in a day and age where raising kids in a broken home is a trend. We are raised in a day and age where there is no moral compass anymore. We are raised in a day and age. These are them times, y'all. This is the revelation. The revelation ain't nothing but the great reveal. All is being revealed in front of your face. Those with eyes will see and those with ears will hear. But if you're deaf, dumb, and blind, I'm sorry, you're going to have to try it again next go round. We are in a world where people don't care about kids. We are in a world where people are desensitized by things that they shouldn't even be desensitized by. But folks is still asleep thinking that they can't be programmed. Who desensitized you? Why is it funny to say F these kids? That phrase should have never even got started and to come out of adults' mouths. F these kids. I'm going to do what I want. F these kids. You better go have fun. Put yourself first. All that selfish shit. You shouldn't even have kids. The kids didn't ask to be here. Y'all brought them here. Y'all brought them here just to say F these kids? The fuck is wrong with y'all adults, man? Y'all niggas is sick. And I refuse to hang around y'all. That's why Los hang by his damn self. I got over 1,000 pictures on my social media and you ain't gonna see me hanging with that one motherfucker. Because I don't rock with them. I don't like their energy. I don't like their mindset. Their psychology is off. They don't give a fuck about themselves, so they don't care about their kids. All they give a fuck about is Beyonce concerts and acting like a celebrity. Acting like a celebrity when your broke ass is stuck and oppressed. And the only people that suffer is your kids, man. You still think you can't be programmed? You still think you ain't brainwashed? You still think you ain't hypnotized? You still think everything's a conspiracy? When you seeing people passing out from getting them jabs, you still think everything's a conspiracy with this lab-grown meat? You still think everything's a conspiracy with over 1 million kids coming up missing a year and your Amber Alert haven't rung that one time? You still think everything's a conspiracy with fluoride in your water? You still think everything's a conspiracy when you can go outside and see them covering up the skies? Y'all gonna call us conspiracy theories till y'all grave, man. You still think that? It's in your face at this point. It's in your face. It's so in your face. It's so in your face. Mitch McConnell, who is a synthetic ass, not even real, this nigga done glitched up on TV. And the people in the background smiling. Old lady go there and touch his elbow, which is probably a button on the back of that bitch. Dude. This nigga still on here glitching and shit. All these people glitching on live TV and people still be up there. What the fuck? Ah, you know, he old, man. You know, he old. He on his way out of the door. That's why. Nigga, what? Bitch, my grandmama old. She ain't never just... Fuck you talking about? She older than him. She ain't never... Get the glitching and shit. You still think this shit's a game? Motherfuckers out here walking around in whole skin suits. That ain't even Joe Biden. That's crazy. He don't even look like Joe Biden. And people still, oh yeah, Joe Biden. He don't even look like this nigga. Am I the only one that remember what Joe Biden looked like? I'm talking about why he was running for president. Cause this nigga knew why he was running for president. It's fairly new. The swap happened 4 years ago. Boop boop. This ain't even him. Well, you know, when you get old, your bone structure don't change like that, man. Y'all gonna come up with excuses until y'all in the grave. None of these people is who cloned Tyrone, nigga? Who cloned Tyrone, bro? And some of these folks ain't even clones, bro. These boys told you that the aliens is here. The aliens been here. The aliens been walking around you in skin suits and shit like that. This shit ain't nothing new. These niggas been here. When these people tell you something, just know they telling you 20 years later. At best, at minimum 20 years later. These motherfuckers been here since they crash landed in the 1800s, 1700s. Some of these niggas still been here that crash landed back in the BCs. Niggas ain't never go nowhere. They stuck here too. Or maybe they not stuck here. Maybe Earth ain't what you think it is. Who told you what Earth is? How you know Earth is made for humans? How you even know what the fuck a human is? Who told you what a human was? School? You probably a whole ass extraterrestrial alien out here and you've been brainwashed to believe you human. So now since you stuck in the confinements of being human, your powers don't work no more. And you stuck and trapped here and you can't fucking leave. How you know you ain't the alien the whole time walking around? You don't know what an alien look like. Who showed you what an alien look like? TV. What y'all looking for? These big-headed, almond-eyed motherfuckers walking around. Beep, 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 beep. You looking for them, ain't you? Y'all looking for them niggas, ain't you? Hell no. Guess what? Real aliens don't even look like that. They ain't got no fucking gray head and no almond eyes. And beep, 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 E.T., beep, beep, beep. Man, hell no. Anything these people show you, think the complete opposite, man, because they doing it for a reason. It's called propaganda. They showing you what they want you to believe and see. While secretly, what is real is operating underneath the cloud of smoke that they done put amongst you. How you know this is your planet? How you know? How you know that our ancestors didn't travel light years away? And I ain't talking about light years in space. I'm talking about light years outside the ice wall in them other tropical regions that I know melanated people. How you know that we ain't come over here and got stuck? Because of the little ice age that happened. That froze everything and we can't get back now. And we've been over here since then. How you know? You don't know. You don't know. Hey, I'm just saying. Question everything. Be curious about everything because that's going to lead to research. Question everything. Do not take nothing for face value. Do your own research. I'm going to get a shirt made. Do your own research. Don't take nothing for face value. When you see me, don't take nothing for face value. Do your own research. If you don't believe that matriarch and patriarch is a European concept, do your own research. I done dug down the rabbit hole. You could dig down the rabbit hole. I'll be all ears the next time we talk. But do your own research. With your own mind, your own brain, and come up with your own organic conclusion of what you read, of what you researched, of what you found out. Because if we all on the same path of truth and knowledge, you're going to lead. Look, we're going to end up in the same place. Put it like that. We're going to end up in the same place. If you're doing thorough research, we're going to end up at the same finish line. I promise you. I'm saying that before all. Let's say that Fetty. Appreciate that new follow. Do your own research, man. And stop taking things for face value. There were over thousands of Indian tribes here. We haven't heard about over thousands. So to group all of them in to one concept is asinine. Because we don't know what all of them did. Some tribes, like I said, some tribes, the chief had multiple wives. Some tribes, the chiefess had multiple husbands. Some tribes, it was just all Amazon women who just used men to reproduce, and then they kick the men out. Then if it's a girl, they keep the girl part of the tribe. If it's a boy, they kick the boy out, and the boy go do what he wants. So there is men who is part of Queen Khalifa Amazon tribe who've been detribalized. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that called detribalization? If you are a boy born to an Amazon tribe, like some in the Khalifa, that's your tribe. But they kicked you out as a little boy and sent you somewhere the fuck else. Didn't I just tell you your family fuck over you? Didn't I just say that? I don't know what y'all think our ancestors was back in the day, but they wasn't no Mahatma Gandhi. Alright? I don't know what y'all think. They wasn't 100% good either. And they wasn't 100% bad. The shit that they did doesn't mean it was right. This is why I refuse to follow certain things. I don't care if my ancestors did it or not. If it don't rock with my soul, I'm not doing it. Because just like how our parents ain't had this shit figured out, our ancestors ain't had this shit figured out. It wasn't no book about life back then, like it ain't no book on life now. You do what you think is best. Back then at that time, I guess they felt like that shit was best. I don't know. But I know here in this realm, you ain't got all the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway. You ain't got the answers, Sway. When you down here, you know what I'm saying? You do the best you can, though. Why are you down here? And your job is to grow and learn from the mistakes of your ancestors, because our ancestors made hella mistakes. And by us not believing that our ancestors could be flawed, we're making the same mistakes that they made today. A lot of shit they did was flawed. A lot of it was flawed. Not passing judgment or persecution on them. I respect and I honor the ancestors, but there's a lot of stuff that was flawed. That could have that could have been done better. It could have been handled better. You know what I'm saying? So it's our job when we reading in these history books and learning about our ancestors and census and stuff like that, and just everything we doing. We got to look at the good and the bad and the ugly that they have committed. And it is our job to right the wrongs of the bad that they did. Because the good part of the ancestors is always going to be passed down. We got that, but we have to right the wrongs. And we have to fix this shit. If we are the most influential people on the face of this earth, then our influence is what's going to get us out of this. I keep saying it, and I'm going to always say it. Your influence is the reason why they call you an African American. Your influence is the reason why they are calling you black. Your influence is the reason why gang culture is being promoted. Your influence is the reason why drill music is being promoted. Your influence, they use your influence. Your influence is the greatest power that you have, and they're using it against you. Your influence, the ability to make something hot, is another form of hypnosis. And we have that power. And we don't understand we have that power. Some of us do, and they use it for wrong. But for the most part, our influence. They are scared of our influence. So-called African Americans have the highest social influence than anybody on the face of this earth. Go research it. This is why we keep saying we are the most influential people on the face of this earth. Because literally, and they did a study on this shit, and you can pull it up and research and do whatever you want to with the rabbit hole. But we, so-called African Americans, not Africans, not Europeans, so-called African Americans have the highest social influence in the world. Everybody wants to be like us. We know that. They wear a mask and won't acknowledge it. But we know that. Because if they acknowledge the fact they want to be us, that let us know that they don't like to be them. Oh, we get the upper hand now. But nah, instead of admitting that they want to be like us and they are influenced by us and they love the shit that we do, they take from us and they say it's for everybody. You guys don't own nothing. Anything you guys create is for everybody. Ebonics, everybody. And we're going to teach it in school so everybody can learn it. And they still do the shit wrong. The swag, we're going to try and imitate it. It's going to be hard. But that don't belong to you either. Locks. Everybody had locks. No, everybody had mats. Everybody don't have locks. Okay? That's for everybody. What you think? You guys are the only one who had locks? Just anything, everything. Rap music. The Puerto Ricans made rap. Stop lying. Stop lying. We taught the Puerto Ricans that shit when they immigrated over here. We was already doing this shit in breakdancing before any immigrants came here from Ellis Island. We been was rapping. We been was rhyming. We been was joking. We been was hooping. We been was playing football. We been was running track. We been was building. We been was doing all of this type of shit because that's our culture. Just because you tell somebody that they ain't got no culture, that don't mean that they ain't got no culture. Y'all stole our shit. And y'all keep stealing. And y'all keep lynching. Just leeching off of us. Everything we create. If we stop creating shit today, everybody would be dull than a motherfucker. Everybody be dull. Let's stop creating new slang, y'all. Hey, rappers, don't put out no new music. Actors, don't get on no big screens. Architects, don't build shit. Sisters, where your froze? Don't even get y'all hair fly no more. Where your froze? Because everybody can't wear a fro. Where y'all froze? Don't even style your hair no more. Go back natural because people can't be a natural you. So they had to create an artificial you. They had to create an artificial you and let you tweak that motherfucker up so they can get this shit. But if you go back to being your natural self, can't nobody be you. Everybody can't get no fro. Everybody wake up one day and just get some fro. Just fro this bitch out. Just woof. Like back in the 1970s and shit. Just fro this bitch out one time. Let's see what Asian people gonna try and do. Let's see what YT people gonna try and do. Let's see what the NA's gonna try and do, because they also said that the Indians had woolly hair and afros too, whether you believe it or not, down there in the Southeast. Yes, they did. And I haven't met that one Native American that said they came from Mississippi, but y'all say y'all come from Mayans? Where you think the Mississippian culture come from? I ain't never, and I've been on this app for 3 years fucking with these natives. I've never heard one say, yeah, man, my people came from Mississippi. Never. And you ain't never gonna hear it. You ain't never gonna hear them say they came from Louisiana. You ain't gonna hear them say they come from Mississippi. You ain't gonna hear them say they come from Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, that borderline. Y'all already know what it is with that borderline shit. But we talking about real Southern shit. Southeast to be exact. You ain't gonna hear them say they come from over here. These folks can't tell you one thing about the Southeast. But try to tell us what tribes was over here. Half of them claiming Southeastern tribes and don't even got no ancestry to the Southeast. How in the fuck do that work? Unless somebody ain't doing their census records. One of them said the government got their ancestors. We know who we are because the government got our ancestry. Y'all are the same people that'll sit here and protest pipelines and say F the government, but in the same breath, let the government control your ancestry, nigga. That don't even sound right. Because real Indians don't trust the government. We don't trust them with shit, nigga, not even our ancestors. That's how you know who the real Indians are. That's one reason. That's one way how you know who the real Indians are, nigga. We don't trust nothing that these folks done did us. Nothing. We don't even want your reservations, nigga. The fuck? We don't want nothing that y'all have to offer. We don't want that blood money. We don't want that blood money, that fiat. We don't want none of that, man. We don't trust none of that shit. Real natives love the government, though, and they run straight to them. Oh my God, I'm gonna tell the government and the feds that you guys are. Yeah, that's because y'all ain't real Indians, nigga. Y'all natives. Y'all ain't Indians. Those are two different things. We ain't gotta come to y'all for no approval. You just come to the res and reconnect. Nah, how about y'all come to the hood and reconnect? Because y'all are cousins. Why we gotta come to y'all? Why y'all don't come to us? Y'all say y'all part of these tribes is from the southeast, come back home. Those of y'all claiming tribes from the southeast, come back home then. Why we gotta go out there? Why can't y'all come back home and reconnect? Come home. What you think? You ain't gonna fit in? What's wrong? You scared? Scared of a little melanin? Huh? Big Daddy government told y'all to be scared of us, huh? Told y'all we savages. We don't know nothing. We don't read. We uncivil. The fuck is civil? Nigga, who told you what civil is? Real Indians don't look, bro. Look, ooh, Lord, look. Don't get me started. Shit, I've been started. You feel me? But check this shit out though. You will never find one that say they from Mississippi, and you will never find one that show they census records that lead back to Mississippian culture. So if your shit don't lead back to Mississippian culture, how are you a Mayan or descendant of the Mayans and the Olmecs? More questions that need to be answered. And I'm talking about real answers. I'm not talking about getting on here and screaming and calling people wibos and shit and pretendians. Give us real answers. Because that's all y'all been doing for the 3 years I've been on this app. Every time we come with real questions, y'all just say, wibos! And y'all leave. Every time we come with real questions, y'all pretendians and leave. That's called deflection in psychology. A lot of y'all been spitting in this tube so long, you don't even know who your third grandmama is. You telling people who know who their fifth grandparents are, who they are, when you don't even know who your third grandmama is. Do you even know who your great grandmother is, to be exact? Do you even know what she looked like? Is there a picture? Do you have the balls enough to show the picture of your grandmamas? A lot of y'all don't. I know why. I know why. But I'm off their ass and I'm on the Moors now. And a lot of y'all Moors run around screaming y'all Moors and y'all don't even know the history of the Moors. Oh yeah, I'm back on y'all ass. Because I'm about to dismantle that shit just like I'm about to dismantle the whole Pan-African shit. Because I'm tired of hearing this Moor shit. If you really a Moor, cool. Stay out the way. Because if you get in the crossfires of what I'm trying to do with this shit, I'ma look at you as you one of them. And I'ma dismantle your ass too. So keep your ass on the sideline. If you real upright and independent about your shit and you know what's honey, then I ain't talking about you. So don't try to make the shoe fit if it ain't meant for you to fit. You wear a size 10. This is a size 9. Don't force your foot in this, what I'm about to do. Keep to the side. But a lot of y'all Moors out here, y'all ain't nothing but Noble Drew Ali students. Y'all ain't nothing but Moors Science Temple heads. And a lot of y'all don't even know that y'all are pushing Moors Science Temple because y'all don't know what the fuck they was teaching in there. I do. Y'all don't know. I walk up to any one of y'all and ask y'all, hey, spit that Moor history. What's the knowledge? Y'all gonna go straight to Noble Drew Ali. Y'all ain't gonna go back in time. Y'all ain't gonna go pre-Islamic. I can go pre-Islamic with this Moor shit. Can y'all go pre-Islamic? Do you know who you was before Islamic even was created? Do you know who you was before Islamic was created? Do you? Hell no. I do. And I can go back. I can go way back. This is why I say y'all was Jews. And y'all still Jews. Y'all just been conquered. Matter of fact, let me go and put it up here on the background one time for you. Matter of fact, yeah. I'm done with this matriarch and patriarchs. We gonna go ahead and flip it. Hold on. Gotta make it smaller. We on. Give you everything. I ain't gonna give you everything, but I'm gonna give you the gym. Oh, I'll switch to the background. I ain't gonna give you everything, but I'm gonna give you the gym so you can do your own research. I'm gonna give you the gym so you can do your own research. And I'm gonna give you another book tomorrow. I'm gonna break down tomorrow live. I'm gonna break down how this happened. But I'm gonna give you a gym right now so you can do your own research and get ahead of the class. But tomorrow we're gonna talk about how this happened. I already spoke about how this happened, but I'm gonna say this now. So when you talk about Berberry tribe, what happened? Look, man, connect the dots. Year of Chaldeans. I keep mentioning that book because it's a key book. The Joktan Arabs, the real Berberry tribe, are indigenous to the Iberian Peninsula in Ireland. Islam happened way the fuck over there. The Berberry tribe was conquered in the 7th and 8th century. Is how they became Muslim. Now they are Moors. Okay? Most definitely. What's happening? I got you. Most definitely. I got you. Sent me the picture. And we just connected these gems. All right? So most definitely. So they was conquered in 7th and 8th century. Who was they conquered by? Who was Islam at that time? Who was rocking with Islam at that time? I told you before, these Ashkenaz was Jews. They was Islam. I'm saying that for a reason. Before Islam, when Saudi Arabia was Jewish kingdom, the discovery of the oldest known pre-Islamic Arabic writing in Saudi Arabia from 470 CE evidently caused some concerns given its Christian and Jewish context. Y'all ain't never seen a Jewish Arab before? You ain't never seen no Jewish Arab before? You seen them. You see them. They still around you too. And they own a lot of your stores. You think just because a person speaks Arabic, they automatically Muslim. Arabic is a language. It ain't got shit to do with religion. But the propaganda would teach you that an Arabic speaking person is a Muslim, and that ain't true. That's far from the truth. The question is, what was Islam speaking before they ran into Arabic speaking people? And where did Islam start? That's the question. Then you on their ass today, huh, bro? What's happening? Oh, man, I don't know what it is, but this gas done got me gassed up. Somebody gave me some of that 93 octane, you feel me? Somebody gave me that 93 octane. See, this is what I mean by Moors don't know shit outside of Noble Drew Ali. And that goes for majority of Moors, because all of their teachings come from Noble Drew Ali, who was taught by a non-Moorish person. Still regurgitating. You ain't got your own mind. Majority of people haven't had an organic thought a day in their life. I used to be Muslim. I was raised Muslim. And I was raised a Christian. I used to go to church on Sundays and go to a mosque on Saturdays. What you talking about? I grew up in religion. Sundays, church. Tuesdays, church. Wednesdays, church. Fridays, church at the old folks' home. Saturday, I'm going to a mosque with my dad. Sunday, we right back in church. Oh, trust me, I dug deep in this shit. This is why I tell you that Muslims ain't nothing but Christians and Jews. Because what they tell you, if you know a real Muslim, they'll tell you a good Muslim is a good Christian. If you find a real Muslim, they'll tell you that a good Muslim is a good Christian. Why is that? Because if you put the Quran next to the King James Bible, they say the same exact thing. One is in Arabic and one is in English. In English, his name is Jacob. In Arabic, his name is Yaqub or Yaqut. In English, they say Jesus. In Arabic, they say Yahshua or Yah or something of the sort. The same thing. I said, shit, I was a Christian, Muslim, and witness. You feel me, OG? Look, for real. Because all of these religions was created by the same royal family. Who is that royal family? Y'all know the royal family. Who is the 13th tribe? Who is the 13th tribe? Y'all done read that book. Y'all seen the book. Y'all know who the 13th tribe is. I thought it was only 12 tribes. It's 13. The 13th tribe is a convert tribe. It ain't a real bloodline tribe. It's the step kids. The 13th tribe is the step kids that we adopted. Who were Africans worshiping shit. Some Africans was worshiping the Orishas. And when you dig into the Orishas come from America. A lot of people ain't ready for that gem yet, but I'm going to put a pause on that. It's called American gods, not African gods. Remember that. I just sent you a pic of the goddess and how Islam was part of his downfall. I'm gonna look at it. Oh, The Quran proves the truths in the Bible. The Quran proves the truths in the Bible. You think the Bible have truths? That's what you think? How you know the Bible is true? How you know the Bible is 100% true? And what stories do you think is true out the Bible? And how do you know that those stories inside the Bible are true? See, when you do this whole interpretation, when people say get your own interpretation, that's like saying form your own opinion about something, which means it's still not facts. That's all an interpretation is an opinion. or what they think, not what they know. That's why you interpret something. How y'all know? What stories do y'all know is true in the Bible? Because if there's two Genesis stories, then how you know which Genesis story is yours? If these people conquered, took ancient scrolls, burnt scrolls, altered scrolls, how do you know the book that you got in 2023 that was altered back in BC is the real thing? There are other books that are not available or being talked about. Most definitely, I got you. Some of them worth 500. I done ran across this old ancient book. This motherfucker's cost $25,000. I swear to you, I'm gonna show y'all the next time I'm going live. I got a screenshot. I just ain't make it small enough, but it's a book, bro. It's a history book out there. That thing cost $25,000. And guess where that book at? In the Vatican. The Vatican selling the book. The Vatican selling that book. 25,000 though. Nigga, if these books that we getting for free off the PDF and $5 here, $10 here, $20 here, and $30 here, got all these gems that we didn't know, I'm dying to see what that $25,000 book got in it. This shit probably got everything in that motherfucker. That shit got everything in that bitch. The beginning and the end. God himself wrote that bitch. I found one about ancient Germany. Yup. Oh man, look. That's also why yesterday I brought out the little ice age that happened from the 1300s. That's why yesterday I brought up the little ice age that happened. It began in the 1300s and it lasted till 1850s. We talking about 550 years of ice age that happened. Cold winters and shit, right? That's why I told you, when you read these books, they talk about Australia. Peep what year they mention in Australia. Because the Australia that we know today, it wasn't called that back then. And the real Australia was Antarctica. And Antarctica been Australia all the way until mid to late 1800s. And then they changed the names. Just like they did everything else. So when you read these books and they talking about Aboriginals and Australians and tropical weather, you got to ask yourself, man, what Australia y'all talking about now? Because I know that this one ain't called this now because my homeboy Los just educated me that Antarctica has always been known as Australia all the way up until mid to late 1800s. And he always told me to do my own research. So when I hop off his live, I'm going to go type in what was Antarctic's name. And that bitch gonna say Australia. And then when you go look at all these maps from 1200s, 1300s, 1100s, and all that type of shit, there's no ice on Antarctica. There's no ice on Antarctica. I got a map right now. If y'all want to see it, I'll pull it up just in case you missed it. In case you missed the live yesterday, I'll pull it up right now. There's no ice on Antarctica. They got it's fucking cows on that bitch. It's goats. It's alligators, nigga. They got animals and shit all on that thing. It said, pull it up. I got you. Here we go. I'm going to pull it up. I mean, all type of stuff is on this map. Here it is right here. This is Antarctica right here. All this shit. Because over here, y'all know what's over here. This is the ice wall, the ring that's going around. This right here, I zoomed in so we can see this extra shit. But when you zoom out, this is the Antarctic ring right here, going all the way around. So y'all know what's over here. But this is the ring. And I just wanted to zoom in and show y'all, bro, all type of sailboats on this motherfucker. You got damn cows and horses, and you got people on this motherfucker. Look at these people right here. You got people on this bitch, mythical creatures and shit. Cows, ships, all type of ships landing on this motherfucker. Because when they told you that they discovered Antarctica, the etymology of discover just means unveil or betray one's secret. That means they already knew this landmass was here because they done already traveled to the shit. But we want to discover it, to unveil it. Let's put this bitch on the map. Put the bitch on the map. Antarctica. It's 1200. This a 1200 map. Hold on. Matter of fact, no, it ain't. I pull up the name of the map, so y'all want to screenshot it or write it down. This map is called the Piri-Reis map. It really shows Antarctica, and it shows the western coast of Africa, the eastern coast of South America, and the northern coast of Antarctica ice free. And then y'all see what's on the top. What happened during the little ice age? Okay, so now this Antarctica has no ice. The little ice age that I told y'all about, it said it's blurry. I can send it to you, C3, in the Telegram. I can send it to y'all personally inside the Telegram, so y'all can have. But this talks about the little ice age. So now when you get to the little ice age, it's a book called The Little Ice Age. Y'all get it. How climate made history. 1300s to 1850s, right? 550 years of ice and being over. What was the little ice age? It began the cooling period in 1300s and the 1400s. It was the cooling period. But the coldest period was from the end of the 1500s to 1850s. Hold on. If everything is ice, how in the hell are they driving sailboats, transporting slaves on ice? If people were starving at the bottom of the boat in warm tropical weather, I can just imagine. Look, man, we ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna go there. This cooling caused glaciers to expand in Scandinavia, the Alps, Iceland, Alaska, China, Southern Andes, New Zealand, London. Damn. The glaciers expanded to Scandinavia, the Alps, Iceland, Alaska, Bering Strait. What they tell you? They came over 13,000 years ago. Okay, 1300s or so much. Okay, put it together. Alaska, Bering Strait. All right. China, the Southern Andes. I'm going to let y'all research what the Southern Andes are. New Zealand and London. Okay. Ice Age. But now the question is, how did this happen? What caused this global ice age for 550 years? To answer that question, shout out to all my Indians in India Superior. Because the reason why they hide a lot of your shit is because a lot of your shit got the answers in it. To understand what happened, you got to understand about the nuclear war that happened in India. You got to know about the nuclear war that happened in India. We are in India Superior. Where is India? Where is India? India Superior. Think now. You got to know what happened to it. And what is the myth about the war in India? Well, this thing called the Mahabharat, ancient tablet, which is written by the gods and goddesses and Krishna and all of them, they predicted a projectile in wars, in an unknown energy war that's going to happen, that's going to reset everything. So now what happens when you drop a nuke and this mushroom cloud goes in? All right. What happens when you drop a nuke and this mushroom cloud goes up? Now, when you go from that Antarctic being that ice and you learning the nuclear war in India, what happened? Now you're going to get into this. You're going to get into some CIA shit now. All right. You see how history is linked with CIA and everything? This is why you kind of got to be versatile in information, because all of this shit is connected. Psychology, CIA documents, history, and your census records and frequency waves and all that type of, it's all connected. So this is why it's kind of best to be versatile in not just history, but other things too, because this is how you get the puzzle piece. But let me show you this when you get to there's a CIA document. I have it. I had to dig in my files to pull it up out my Google Cloud, but I will show you this. I will show you this. I will show you this so you can research it. Hold on, let me make it smaller. Go look up Nuclear Winter. There's a CIA document called Nuclear Winter. I'm telling y'all, look, go look it up. Because that explains when a bomb drops and this mushroom goes up to the atmosphere, it creates a blanket where the sun's radiation and everything is blocked out. Kind of sounds familiar, right? It gets blocked out, right? And the earth goes into a big cooling to the point where it starts to freeze the fuck over. Now, who cloned Joe Biden ass said dark winter? Dark winter is code word for nuclear winter. All right, it is code word. This is why I'm telling you, go get the CIA document called Nuclear Winter. The code word for this is dark winter. This is what he said by this, right? And as soon as he said this, now everybody's at WAR with each other, right? And starting to expose shit, tell the truth, and do all this type of stuff. Shit, Putin in the African country just shook hands and they got a deal going on and some more shit. Putin and shook hands with China. That boy shaking hands with fucking Africa. That boy getting cool with everybody. Y'all better peep game what's happening outside of what they telling you. Okay? You gotta look at news and information around the world outside of this colony of America, because they're going to feed you propaganda every time with a spoon. So this is what happened in Antarctica. There was a good nuclear war. Shit happened. It created the little ice age, and it froze a lot of these landmass over. Underneath Antarctica's ice that they found, let me show y'all this. Them boys said underneath Antarctica, it looks like this. Underneath all that sheet of ice, it looks like this. It looks just like this underneath the ice. And they found unknown reptiles. They found a baseball bat over that bitch. Yes, I said they found a baseball bat over that motherfucker. They found a baseball bat. So they found
unknown reptiles, baseball bats. They found life forms. They found frozen microbes and viruses. They finding all type of shit underneath that ice. You know what I'm saying? They finding all type of stuff underneath that ice. This is Australia. Remember, Antarctica is Australia. All of those animals that's in current day Australia that we see today, they are from Antarctica. All those big ass spiders and giant ass, all them giant snakes, everything that's just super giant over there in Australia, they migrated from Antarctica when the little ice age happened. So now you know why Antarctica is frozen over. And here's the key thing. Now, when you dig into that India's nuclear war thing, another thing happened at the same time that happened. After that dropped and the smoke cleared, guess what happened? The birth of the came out. This is when they start emerging. These folk right here. That's when they start emerging too. Peep the timelines when you read it. I ain't tell you no bullshit. These people emerge. So what happens when you drop nukes and radiation and shit? You get a lot of mutations, right? You get a lot of gene mutations, right? Yeah, you get a lot of gene mutations. I know because my dad fought in Vietnam and he got hit with the Agent Orange bomb. And the Agent Orange bomb, not only does it give people dementia, it also alters the DNA of the people and the children that they have. All right? A lot of us Agent Orange babies, we are hella woke. And I've met plenty Agent Orange babies. We are hella woke. Something's different. And we know something's different about us, but we don't know what it is. All right? And I'm telling y'all some real shit. I'm an Agent Orange baby. And a birth control baby. Like real shit. My mama was on birth control heavy. After my sister was born 5 years, my mama taking birth control 5 years nonstop. Didn't miss a beat. Guess what? Boop! Here come Lois. I still came into the picture. And it's more shit to it as well. You know what I'm saying? But it alters the DNA. And it's some more shit. But yeah. After that got dropped, these people came out the blue. And high levels of radiation creates mutations. So maybe that Yakub story is a little more recent than you think. What if that Yakub story wasn't him in no lab experiment like we think? Maybe that was one of it. But maybe, just maybe, because when you look at all these superhero movies after they done shot themselves up with the injection to become superheroes or whatever, one key ingredient that they missing: gamma rays, radiation. Okay, so you do all these experiments on people, boop, 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 shoot them up, and you drop, boom, drop ink on their head, boom. Now you start unlocking the mutation DNA that you just put in these people. So now the next generations, yeah, the Manhattan product, there you go, Coco, yeah, there you go. And you just keep, so now here's the birth of the splice. It was a nuke. Fantastic Four, yup, Yeah, y'all see it. So this is why I say that the Yakub story is not like what people think, because again, I'm gonna rattle people's brains and make a lot of people flustered. But the Yakub story, that shit came from the Nation of Islam. And I'm talking about the Yakub story as much as being a big head scientist and splicing people and all that shit came from the Nation of Islam. Before the Nation of Islam, nobody even heard of no shit like that. And you know where the Nation of Islam got that shit from? Noble Drew Ali ass, the Moorish Science Temple, because the Nation of Islam ain't nothing but a descendant from the Moorish Science Temple, Noble Drew Ali, because after Noble Drew Ali went down, Farad Muhammad went and created the Nation of Islam, and Farad Muhammad then passed it on to who they know as Prophet Muhammad, and then from Prophet Muhammad, then you get down to Farrakhan. So that's where the Yaqub story come from. There's no biblical or ancient scripture that says that there was a big head scientist that gene spliced people with monkeys and shit like that. That shit sound good. It was cool. But when you keep on digging into it, because I knew something was off, I continued digging. I didn't just stop at that, and I continue and I continue and I continue. But you know what do make sense? There was an evil scientist named Yaqub. But it wasn't in no lab. He injected people and did some other experiments, and then he dropped that radiation on their ass. That's what happened. Because if you go by the story of Yaqub that they tell you, then you got to think Jacob's ladder. Because we know Jacob and Yaqub are the same people. So when you talk about Jacob's ladder, you talk about Yaqub's ladder. So you telling me Yaqub climbed the ladder, talked to God's right-hand angel, and they told this man, look, we need you to go down there and splice white people into existence and let them wreak havoc on the world. And your descendants will be called Israelites, because we're going to change your name from Yaqub to Israel, and your descendants will be Israelites. So a lot of Israelites out here are descendants literally of Yaqub. And they out here screaming Jacob. They out here screaming Judah. Judah! Tribe of Judah! 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 Y'all are descendants of Yaqub. Y'all daddy is Jacob. Jacob got his name switched to, y'all say it. Jacob got his name switched to Israel. Okay. Jacob is also Yaqub. So you telling me your daddy is Yaqub? The nigga that did this shit? Shit, nigga. Something up with that. So now y'all know who Israelites are. Israelites are the descendants of Yaqub. There you go. There you go. Israelites are the descendants of Yaqub, and Moors are Jews who are also descendants of Yaqub. Yaqub had a lot of kids. Yaqub had a lot of kids. You don't know the original story. If you're going to talk about some Noble Drew Ali shit, then you don't know the original story. Because I'm off script with mine. I ain't going to tell you no bullshit. Yeah. Just like that. And here's another thing too with the Israelite. That whole Israelite concept shit was created and it was man-made. I'm telling you, hey, look, man, Lowe's spilling all the beans this morning. I'm spilling all the beans this morning because this shit got our people going in circles. The alliance of the Israelite organization gave you the whole Israelite concept in the beginning. That's where it came from. It came from some more YT people with a dash of melanated people in there. And I told you about the melanated people, right? The first person that ever called you an Israelite was John Adair. He lived amongst the Indians, was like, he like the Jews. And that's when he started that shit. When we was like Indians. We wasn't like no Israelites, we were like Indians. Fringes, turbans, that shit culture. That ain't got nothing to do with being an Israelite. Israelites don't know that they are Indians. Moors don't know that they are Indians. They rather believe in a religious organization story than what their grandmama tell them. And going from there. Because if you go off of what your grandmama tell you about you being an Indian and you dig from there, you ain't going to end up on no Israelite or no Moor side. You're going to end up as an Indian because you always been an Indian. Because life created where? In America, in the Asia major region, in India Superior. You know how they say the Horn of Africa? Well, India Superior is the Horn of America. And that is the cradle of civilization and where all of humanity was created from. And from there, we branched out and migrated in different, from east to west to north. And, well, shit, it ain't no south because we on the flat earth. You know what I'm saying? And boy said, you making gumbo good too, though. You throw that, you throw a little, throw a little shrimp in that bit, hit it with that Creole seasoning, throw some potatoes in that motherfucking nigga. Gumbo good. Shit. But that's where that shit come from, man. That's where that shit come from. Israelite ain't even an indigenous word. That shit ain't even Sanskrit. What was an Israelite called in ancient times? What is the ancient language of an Israel? What is the name? Right, I got you. It's a surname. They ain't ready for that one yet, though. Everybody want to be what they don't want to. Look, I ain't gonna say y'all because I don't know who watching this, but for those who get it. Y'all Indians, man. Y'all Indians. Give religion they shit back. I'm talking about give all of religion they shit back. Give religion they matriarch and patriarch system back because that's not our shit. That's not our shit. Listen to the name. Matriarch, patriarch. That shit sound very England. Sound like you about to have some tea and crumpets with me. That's not your shit. Our ancestors believe in balance. And our ancestors was mature and they was intelligent enough to know how to operate and coexist. I don't believe in matriarch and patriarch because I grew up in a 2-parent household. My mama had authority and my daddy had authority. I had to listen to both of them. All my genes come from both of them. My ancestral that I'm doing on Ancestry.com and my census records come from both of them. It takes both of them to make you who you are. Honor thy father and thy mother. Just as you gotta recognize your port of life that come from your mama, you gotta understand the port of life that come from your father too. Because you came from that port. You actually started off in his port first as a sperm cell swimming around. And what do they call the sperm cell? The life force. Men, your sperm is called what? Your life force. It is connected to your energy. This is why after you have intercourse and you finish, you have no energy because you just released your life force. You gotta recharge, nigga. So when you create a child, you taking part of your life and you are putting it inside the woman's womb. And her womb becomes an incubator that nurses and nurtures and grows and forms, which takes part of your genes and her body mixes that motherfucker up and it create a baby that look like you and your mama. This is what goes on. That's what I believe because I created a child. And that's facts from what I seen, holding her like, damn, you look like me and your mama. That's dope. Just think, just a little drop of a life force into the soil of a woman created this other life that walks and talks and breathes and grows. And this child gonna grow up and it's gonna have qualities of you and the mama. And as a father, my daughter has the right to understand where her bloodline come from on my side. Just like she has the right to know where her bloodline come from on her mama's side too. Matriarch and patriarch is just another gender psyop battle, and it plays on egos. Listen to how everybody sound when you bring up the concept. It's all about control and authority. That's all it is. Control and authority. Control and authority. Control and authority. I'm a free spirit. I'm a free spirit. I'm an Aries. I don't do right with you trying to control me. I'm going to resist even more. Just let me be. Just like the trees. Just let it be. You think the tree's worried about who his mom and daddy is? Hell no. The tree just know where his roots come from. And it's just growing. And it's just being. The same with a flower. Same with a rose. Y'all know I'm COINTELPRO King on this app, man. Listen to me when I'm telling y'all this. This matriarchs and patriarchs is another gender battle psyop. When you get to the higher ups, none of that exists. Everybody say it's a patriarch system, but y'all just seen Queen Elizabeth reign for how long? And she's Queen Elizabeth what? The third, fourth, the fifth? I don't know what number she is. And you seen what the fuck, how she was running the world, right? Okay. When has the last time you seen a king actually run the earth? See, this is what I mean by this is a psyop and this is an illusion. What if I told you that misogynistic ways was created by women who hated other women? Would that be too far-fetched? Nah, it wouldn't, because y'all know some of y'all don't even get along with other women. It's called the Matrix. The beginning of the word matrix is ma. This shit's ran by feminine energy. We know that. Peep game. Again, go look up the ancient Indian story of Krishna. A shit. And pick up spirituality again. Because if you are Indian, and not just an Indian, but if you're an indigenous African, or whatever the case may be, give religion they shit back. And go back to your original spiritual teachings. And if you don't know it, you better research it. Research what your tribe believe in. If you a Choctaw, research what Choctaws believe in. But also research the different sub-tribes that was part of Choctaw, because even certain sub-tribes didn't believe in certain things. Some tribes was monogamy. Some tribes was polygamy. Some tribes was all women. Some tribes ate only vegetables. Some tribes ate fish. Some tribes ate buffalo and bison and oxtails and all that type of shit. This is what being an individual is all about. And stop the generalization, because the generalization is what got us in this predicament in the first place as well. You know, you all come from Africa. No, the fuck we don't. Stop generalizing us. That shit irritates you, right? All right, so we got to keep that same energy when we out here teaching our people. Same thing with y'all Moors out here. Stop generalizing. All of us ain't Moors. Y'all hate it when white YT people be like, oh, y'all are black. We're not black. Y'all be the first ones to stand up. My brother, we ain't black. Let me pull this dictionary up on the background, my brother. Let me show you how y'all be the first ones to do that shit. But in the same breath, you will still generalize everybody and say we all Moors. No, the fuck we not. Moors is a tribe. And they are the ancient Berber. And even before you was a Moor, you wasn't even called a Moor. Because that ain't even an old ass word like people think it is. It ain't even an indigenous word. I ain't even gonna tell y'all what word it is. Go do your research. It ain't even an indigenous word. They be the same ones of like, you guys ain't call yourself Indians. And the word Indian is Indo-European and Latin, and you couldn't give me indigo and all that type of shit. But then when we do the same shit with the word Moors, it's, oh no, my brother, you're reading into it all wrong. My brother, sit down. Let me tell you, Mern, Maurice, and Mercer, all that other shit, M&M's. Man, chill out. Your ass wasn't no more until European British people called you that shit. Who are you? I'm part of the Berberi tribe. Okay, what tribe of the Berberi nation? There's many tribes of them too. See, you gotta know this shit. You can't just be out here talking about some shit because then you false claiming. If I walk up, you coming to me and say you blood, I'm gonna say, nigga, what's sick? Who your big homie? Who put you on? Spit your lit, nigga. What that lit read? What's happening? I'ma G-check you. And if you can't run down the rundown, then you gonna get ran down, nigga. That's how that shit go. And look, holding people accountable is important. And shit, and I hope people hold me accountable for shit. Cause sometimes it take a person on the outside looking in to tell you about yourself. You be the person, you don't know me. I ain't gotta know you, but I'm on the outside looking in and I can tell your furniture don't belong in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it take that. If we gonna be a tribe in the family, then we need to move as a tribe in the family. If not, keep the shit moving. And if we gonna be Indians, then we need to be Indians, nigga. Spiritually before physically. Because what's going on that I'm seeing is we becoming Indians physically before spiritually, and we're still in chaos. You still care what people think because you haven't tapped into that spiritual side. Because you still care about what people think. That comes from a trauma. And you need to heal that trauma. I don't give a fuck what natives say. A native can get on here right now and I invite him to the panel. He'll be like, Wabo! I'll be like, cool. The fuck you want me to go jump off my roof, nigga? Give a fuck. Natives can come on here. You hate yourself pretending? Okay. The fuck you want me to go jump off my roof, nigga? You think I care about what you say? You think I'm gonna change what the fuck I'm talking and teaching people just because of what you think? Hell no. A lot of them do that shit. But what folks don't understand, I done taught people more African history than Pan-Africans, because when you dig into Indian history, it's going to lead you to African history. I haven't seen that one Pan-African drop nothing on nothing. They lives be about us. Our lives be about building. Pan-African native lives be about us. Our lives be about building. Pan-Africans don't know shit about Africa. They don't. They don't know shit about Africa, bro. Outside of what the YT man told them in African American studies, which came from, y'all go figure out who created African and African American studies, because it damn sure wasn't no African. Not one African from that landmass taught you shit about Africa. And then the crazy thing that I noticed about these Pan-African lives is that even when they get Africans to come on their panel to tell them about the landmass that they living on right now, Pan-Africans in their egos would tell Africans that they don't know what they talking about. Nigga, you ain't never been to Africa a day in your life, nigga. How you gonna tell these people what's going on their landmass? Nigga, you ain't never left your neighborhood. And that's the problem with a lot of y'all. Y'all get on here trying to tell people something about some shit that y'all ain't never been. Native Americans be trying to tell us about Southeast tribes, and none of them ever came to motherfucking Atlanta before. I ain't never seen that one in Atlanta. How you gonna tell me what happened in Oscarville, Georgia, nigga? How you gonna tell me what happened in LaFleur, Mississippi with the Blackfoots and the Catos and the Choctaw and the Natchez Indians? You ain't from Memphis, Mississippi. Y'all don't even know y'all grandmamas. Do you even know where your grandmama from? Do you know where your great-grandmama from, dude? If they from the Trail of Tears, where do they come from? Do you know? If you don't know, now you know, nigga. They don't know nothing, man. But be trying to tell you some shit. And the shit that they telling you comes from the YT man who stole everything from them in the first place. Regurgitating all of it. All of it in the same breath. Both of these people. Pan-Africans and NAs in the same breath. These boys are fucking crucified the Blonde Moon Man. But in the same breath, these boys will call us the same thing that the Blonde Moon Man be calling them. They be calling us colts and shit. Nigga, that's what they call the Black Panthers. And you gonna sit here and fix your melanated thick lips to call me a cult, nigga? That's how I know you ain't my people. Niggas out here silly, man. We're not racist, but y'all call us the same shit racist people been calling us, nigga. Y'all use the same stereotypes, nigga. I seen natives say we drank Kool-Aid and some old shit, nigga. I don't like Kool-Aid, nigga. I ain't drank Kool-Aid since I was 10 years old. I'm 33. I don't even like that shit. All y'all stereotypes about black folks be wrong, nigga. Not all of us drink Kool-Aid. Not all of us eat yams. Now all of us do all this shit that y'all think. Y'all don't know nothing about us because y'all ain't grow up with us. And I'm mad at the Pan-Africans because y'all niggas grew up with us. Y'all grew up with us and still holding on to the YT stereotypes and some old shit about us while trying to fight YT supremacy while loving on YT women. Y'all niggas more confused than us and y'all calling us saying we got an identity crisis. At least some of the Indian men that I know don't even like YT women. They won't date them. But all y'all Pan-Africans love them snow bunnies, though. Y'all play in the snow all day like fucking Scarface. But we got the identity crisis. Ain't nothing better than an Indian woman, man. I don't care what we going through. I don't care about what the psyop that's going on against us. I don't care if we have this friction against us, so-called African-American women and men. Man, I love my sisters, nigga. Good days, bad days, ugly days, oppressed days, subjugation days, nigga. They are always gonna be beautiful to me. What do you mean? You'll never see Los get no passport. Time I was a passport, bro. Man, fuck that. I don't want that. Man, we got oppressed together with our sisters, and I'm gonna go down with my sisters, nigga. Some of y'all ain't loyal. Y'all be talking about loyal to y'all race. Y'all ain't loyal. We started this shit, and I'm gonna end this shit with my people. Ain't no false claiming or switching sides with me. We ain't got no identity crisis. Y'all niggas don't like confidence. That's what that is. Y'all don't like confidence. Y'all don't like the fact that we done found self. Y'all don't like the fact that can't nobody tell us nothing no more because we done found the truth and we done found our identity. That's the power. That's the power of reclaiming who you are. Not in no paper, not in no pen, not in filling this shit out and sending it to the government and all that type of shit. Ain't got nothing to do with no UCCs and no sovereignty and none of that shit, nigga. The power is in the frequency, which is in the words. As soon as you stand in that mirror and reclaim who you is, nigga, I'm an Indian, nigga. And this my shit. That's the power. Cause can't nobody tell you nothing no more. Got my people running around on a hamster wheel. Talking about filling out some paperwork and submit it to the same people who did this shit to you. And Moors be the first people to be like, this is a de facto government. Then why are you filling out paperwork and sending it to a de facto government then? Are y'all hearing yourselves? Because that's just how everything is, my brother. And the laws are like, nigga, you sound like a servant. Y'all ain't no real Moors are warriors, man. Everything was about peace treaties and documentations. Then what is these Moor wars that I'm reading about? Huh? Everything wasn't about no paper and no pen. You couldn't solve everything with no peace treaty. And the peace treaty that y'all talking about ain't even yours. Peace treaty ain't got shit to do with you. You ain't part of no Alawite dynasty. How you an ancient Berberi tribe and Alawite dynasty? Those two don't even go together. But we got the identity crisis. Yeah, right. And guess
Peace, peace. What's happening? What's up? Hmm.
all right. But hey, I said, man, my panel is open. If anybody want to come up and say something, drop some gems, add on to what I said, teach people something real quick. We got a few minutes. We can go ahead and talk. My lesson is over with today. Today was just a rant with some gems inside of it, a message from the ancestors. I relayed that message. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody want to come up and talk, relay some more messages, y'all can. My panel open. But just be careful out here, man. These folks that have you on a hamster wheel, man. These people put you back in slavery if you're not careful. If y'all haven't screenshot this or wrote down the name, screenshot the book or write it down. And as y'all can see, it says withdrawn. So they even took this book off the shelves. And look, it took me hell and hot water to get this book. And it's called is withdrawn. They took this shit off the shelves. And I'm telling you, and I'm reading you why they took it off the shelves. Do the same thing right now in the Florida schools, yup. Man, look. What y'all want to talk about? What y'all want to hear? What y'all want to know? What y'all want to learn? Shit, it's an open discussion right now. Like I said, though, man, those peace treaties ain't for you. You're not part of the Alawite dynasty. All right, you're not part of that bloodline. Those treaties aren't for you. And you know those treaties wasn't for you because the same time those treaties was being written, they were stealing your land at the same time, giving it to the Arabs. Y'all don't know that part of the story, do you? Habibi and them, the same time these so-called treaties was getting your land taken and they was giving it to Habibi and them from the Alawite dynasty. That's why I don't get why the Moors be telling people about these treaties. Them treaties don't. If those treaties worked, the shit would have worked a long time ago when y'all first said something about it. But they don't. Cause they disenfranchise you. If I disenfranchise you, I'm ripping up these treaties. Or any treaty that I got with the so-called Negro, I'm ripping them bitches up. Obviously, folks gotta think, man. What's happening, Leo?
What's good, God? Man, I would just literally get back on TikTok and what you got up there to the top left, I swear I was just literally thinking about that. Like
Yep.
a lot of people don't understand that this is so facts. I got the receipts and everything. Like, man, they don't understand.
Man,
And it
I
was
don't get it.
different periods too. Huh?
Yep. Nah, I was just about to say what you about to say. It was a different period.
Yep. And now, okay, so I can't see all the way to the left, right? So it said the period was from 1300 to what? 15 or
Hold on. I can make it smaller real quick so
okay.
you can get the other side.
I think it was still in the 1300s though, but
14. They say the cooling period, which is the beginning of everything to cool down, was
yes.
from 13 to 14, and then the cold and the freeze start coming in the 15 to 1850s.
Okay. A lot of people don't understand that these cold periods happen around when these wars were starting to happen over here. Now, you see how I say the 1300s, right? Now, you know how they actually renamed the same wars, right? Now, when 1800, right? When it was, I think it was Tut, it was 1332 in ancient Egypt, right?
Uh,
But if you look it up, it'll just say 332. You get what I'm saying? But I went and typed in 1332 and it brought up the, I think it's the Dublin, the Battle of Dublin or whatever, the Irish and all of that.
yeah.
And they renamed everything. And I'm just like, they don't even understand that they was doing that program. Well, of course they was doing the program basically where they do settlements and resettlements or removal and settlements at the same time.
Yeah.
Man, I'm a little bit excited right now. I can't even get the words out, but you know what I'm saying. Now, you know in the 1500s what happened shortly after that.
Yeah, I know.
That was the battle that we had amongst, I think it was with the West or something like that. And then that's when Christopher Columbus and the cannibals came. Yeah. Oh my goodness, man.
And then too, what a lot of folks don't know too, that when you look at the time period, they show you this in plain sight, but people don't know. So one of the signs that they show you this is that George Washington picture. Y'all know that George Washington, he crossed the Delaware like this, he got the nigga in the back, and he's like this. This is this period, the little ice age period.
Right.
Yep.
Man. That's what I'm saying. Like you literally just put a gem, man. That's why I've been rocking with you since day one too.
Appreciate
Ever since
that.
I've been on this app, I'm like, man, if I ain't coming like nothing, I couldn't wait to be getting on live, couldn't I? I was in the comments mad to the fuck. My bad. I didn't mean to, you know what I'm saying? It's just I was literally,
I was about to say you good. I just want. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but it just hit me real quick. So now y'all got a question. When y'all see these pictures that we be telling y'all about these, like Indians, when they be taking these pictures out there and shit, a lot of these pictures are during the cold period. Where's the ice at? There's no
right.
ice in none of these pictures that they taking. They supposed to be outside, and this shit hit North America.
That's what I'm saying. Oh my goodness, man, you hit a gem. Cause I done broke down like so much stuff. I got so many receipts, man. Like they think they slick, boy. That's why they mad. They thought this day wasn't gonna ever happen. They tried their best.
Man, they did. They tried their best. They really tried it during the hippie era when they introducing all these designer lab drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't even know that they sped it up really. There's a CIA document called Project of Aquarius, and they talk about how during the hippie movement they made a mistake by trying to create this mind control drug that they actually sped up the age of Aquarius.
They did. They did. They did. And now it's like when you look up documents and stuff, how they actually telling you how they switched the old world and the new world. You get what I'm saying? With the old world is actually over here in the Americas, but the new world is supposed to be over there in Africa, but they got us saying it's the new world because it was the new world to them, and it literally says that. I'm like, wow.
For real.
Man, and it's like no wonder a lot of people can't, like I said, if you're going to research, man, you got to go way deeper than just your intellect, man. You got to come with your glass empty, period. You can't come with your glass full or already have a perspective at all.
You gotta empty everything. You gotta get everything back and start fresh.
For real. Man, but I ain't mean to just slow it down. I know you probably still want to keep going, but
Nah, you good. I open up the panel for anybody want to come up and talk and drop gems. I already
Uh-oh.
got done with
This is say it loud, period. Mad facts. I'm
it.
trying. Man, I'm just saying it's just and then it's just it's really redundant at this point to even argue with somebody. Like
It
it's
is.
already been so beneath, but I don't mind sometimes.
Nah,
I just
sometimes it's fun a little bit. I ain't even gonna lie. It's entertaining.
yeah,
I
it
entertain it
is.
sometimes.
Because I know I'll be sitting back like, oh really now?
Mhm.
Hold on a second, partner. Let me pull these receipts now.
Cool,
Man, man,
Cole.
man.
Switch accounts and come up here, Tho. I know you know something about this too,
Who?
Tho.
Uh,
Swart Gemini.
oh, period. You already know.
Mhm. Yeah, he be dropping drills too. So that's why, too. So now when they show y'all these maps about the ice walls and other land masses on the outside, that ice wasn't there.
It sure wasn't. A lot of people don't even know these the same type of peoples. Like if you look up who's the first people to invade ancient Egypt, you get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Then you look up
Mm-hmm.
who
Can't
was
even say
Christopher
their name
Columbus
on here.
bringing him. Uh-huh. Go ahead and hit him, Swarthy.
Yeah, you
Hold
already
on.
know.
I know I got to be following him already. I know I ain't.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
this
And
is
you
my
got
other
my
account.
birthday on your picture, though? Oh, I got to follow
Hmm.
you. I had to follow
Yeah,
you.
you already know.
Pimp
I'm just
C,
listening.
man.
You been cooking this whole time. This whole time, Los. I just been listening.
Well, I appreciate it,
They
man.
don't want
And
that
in the
smoke.
morning I'll be sleep, and Capri always catch you. And I'll be catching
Mhm.
the live through her. She'll tell me what happened.
Hmm.
But this morning she sleep and I'm up, and I caught your ass. I'm like, finally.
Hmm.
Yeah, man. I don't
Yeah.
know what it was because today when I woke up, this wasn't even my initial topic. I was gonna finish talking about Anglo Saxons and shit. But I don't know, like as soon as I hit live, bro, I don't know, something in me just changed, and it was like shit. It was on some fire shit ever since then. I felt myself cooking, but some of that shit I don't even know what I was saying. Some stuff I don't know what I be saying till I go back and look at
You definitely need
it.
to clip this live and make some videos out of it because you dropped nothing but gems for like an hour straight. Like when you first started, you was just dropping gem after gem. I'm like, bro, I can't even write all this shit down. He dropping too much shit.
You say, I'm
Hey,
chop it up.
Swarthy, can I say something though? Not to even take it away from the guy, you know what I'm saying? Like I was literally ready to go live, right? And I was like, hold up, let me see who live first. And it's the first one I saw. And then I looked and I said, this is exactly what I was really finna talk about. Like, man.
A lot of these people don't know who they are and basically where they really come from. Everybody just thinking they all more like you said, the Moors. That shit really is bullshit. Let's be real. Let's just be real. That shit is some made up 1920 shit. That shit started in the 19 fucking 20s. Let's just be
It was
honest.
it was a little further if you look back at the barbarian slave trade, but I feel what you're saying.
But they wasn't calling themselves Moors back then.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Wait, hold on. Can you say that
That shit is
again?
new.
Can you say that again, though?
Wasn't calling themselves Moors in the Burberry slave trade and all that shit. They was not calling themselves Moors. That is
Yeah.
a new term. That
Yeah.
Man, we
came
was
with
still going by tribes back then. We went by tribe names. Even the Burberry had tribes, and they went by them
I was
names.
I was going to dig in a little deeper because I'm like a lot of people were saying that the Moors like it was a tribal name here or whatever, but then I'm kind of stuck a little bit because
I know what they talking about. So it's a tribal name here in the concepts of these imaginary lines don't exist, and the Iberian Peninsula and Ireland is part of America before they
yeah,
start separating stuff. So technically, Ireland folks and Iberian people are indigenous to America on like technicality and on hindsight of things.
yeah,
So ancient Berber tribe are indigenous inhabitants of the Iberian and Ireland regions.
So,
Right.
this is why they call them, the black, when they call them the blackamoors, and they describe them as people with
Hmm.
feathers in they.
But it's like, weren't they the first ones to be about that Muslim life or whatever?
Nah, nah.
Heard it.
Muslim began in Germany, believe it or not, with the Turks. The first people to be Islamic or Muslim was actually your Ashkenazis. Those were your first ones.
That's what, okay. Because, I looked it up, right? And, when it was talking about Queen Sheba and Solomon and all of that,
Hmm.
like around the 1300s. You know what I'm
Hmm.
talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And King and the thing about Queen Sheba and Solomon, remember, so we gotta give religion they shit back. In
Yeah.
reality, Queen Sheba is Queen Khalifa and King Solomon is Mansa Musa. Both of
Right.
them met over here in America because both of them had
They
the most gold.
What's so crazy is they got so many names, bruh. Same
Hmm.
type of story, but so many names. You ain't
Yep,
lying. You ain't lying.
yep. That shit crazy. And so they just took all the stories over here and they just put them in Africa. That's
Yeah.
it. Everything that happened over here, they just put it over there.
All the names too. Majority of them.
So now when you go back to that India story about that nuclear war that I showed everybody,
Hmm.
so now we know back then that wasn't India. What was India over here? So the reason why all our stuff is destroyed and we don't remember nothing because we've been nuked a long time ago.
That's what I'm trying to say.
We've been nuked a long time ago.
Man. Whew. If you look up the pyramids that was in Texas, right? Or I think it's San Diego. They talking about it was five of them there, but only three left
Mhm.
because of the
Mhm.
big. Let me look it up real quick.
Hey, though, when I came across this little ice, the first thing I thought about was those terror maps that y'all got and y'all was showing. And
Hmm.
I was like, well, if this ice age just happened in 1300s, that means there wasn't no ice on those maps. And
Yeah, it
folks was
was.
really traveling like that.
Look, I got another map. I came across this other book by a melanated man he wrote a flat Earth book in the 1920s, and I've been trying to get the PDF of that book. I've been looking for the PDF. I'm still looking though, but if I could come across that book, it's on and popping. Because his book show a whole different map that looked like a target. His map looked like a target symbol, and I been knew that target symbol was a flat Earth symbol.
Dang, that's crazy right there. Cause I got a flat Earth book from 1885, and they shit they broke that shit down to the T. And then they said too, like in the middle of the book, they was like, and the reason why a lot of there's like if it was like a disclaimer or something. There was like, y'all know the powers that be is trying to stop this information from coming out again. And I was like, damn, he wrote this shit in 1885 talking about flat Earth. Damn, okay, just add that in there then.
Mhm.
That's when that
It was
last reset was. It was Great Wars, and that shit tapped in how
wait,
you
wait,
was
wait,
talking about
when?
the wars in India, the Vermont with the Vermonters and shit.
Okay. Yeah,
See,
you right.
all this shit, like Los was breaking down, all this shit was like it was back to back wars. Well, how
Yeah.
he said our people was tired, we kept having to fight wars. People kept having to. We had to keep this shit secret. This shit was like how Wakanda was a secret.
Hmm.
America was a secret too.
Yeah, it was. We got sold out because they never talk about who Christopher Columbus was with.
And the Moors don't want to take that credit. They don't want no part. That's how I know the Moors, the Moors that be claiming Moors, that shit be bullshit because they don't want to take credit for their people. Christopher Columbus had a whole boat for the black people.
Yeah. Well, he had them other people too. He had them cannibals with him.
She She Herm 50. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but this the book. This the book if you want to screenshot it. The one from 1885.
Yeah, I came across this one too. He got this. It's a white T dude wrote this one, and the one
Mm-hmm.
right here that you got on the screen, he got the
Mm-hmm.
target map too in there
Yeah, I got
Yup.
this book.
in
I'm
this same
on.
book. I came across this one too when I was looking for the other book.
Yeah, I came across this one because I was looking for my CIA document about flat Earth because it's not in my phone no more, which I find that weird, But I don't erase
I'm
shit,
gonna
but
take my
it's weird.
camera
But
off because
anyways,
I'm finna hit some
TikTok be doing that
things.
shit. They didn't erase pictures out my phone. I be screenshotting shit like, yeah, I'm gonna hit them with this. Then I go live and the shit just gone. Like, hold on, I know I screenshotted that
Mhm.
shit.
Yep. So shit, I went back to Google trying to find it, and I typed in the CIA flat Earth archives.org like I always did, and this book popped up first. And I was like, damn, as many times as I used this caption to pull this document up, I ain't never seen this book before. So I went ahead and downloaded it. And as soon as you open it up, page one, they already ain't you with gems. I was like, damn. They said 100 proofs though, so let's get into it. I'm on proof number 30 right now. You got 70 more to go. Can't screenshot due to security policies. Yeah, I forgot the new guidelines. The new guidelines. The boys trying to stop us from
Okay,
sharing information.
I think I have to. Do I have to drop or am
Boys
I
trying to
cool?
stop us from sharing information.
Okay, yeah,
I
that's
think I
fine.
have to. Do I have to drop or am I trying to stop us from sharing? That's that echo. It's still letting you screenshot. Okay, so only.
My bad. I had a phone call. I had to drop.
Are you good? Why they don't want us to save information now? Nah, man. Yeah, certain phones can still screenshot. Certain ones can't. I find that kind of weird too.
Say that again.
Certain phones can still screenshot and some ones can't.
Man, I was just literally talking about this. Like, what?
Coincidentally, you feel me? Coincident, like right when you about to find some juicy shit to screenshot, all of a sudden it don't want to work.
Or hold up. Have you ever saved it and then it's gone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
Look, when you accept the qualifications to get on this app, they ask you, can they take control of your pictures and can they take control of your phone and your microphone and your camera? And you got to say yes to get on here. So what you think they doing to your phone? Listening, watching, and motherfucking erasing shit that they don't want on your phone.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
they
ain't
most
a
definitely.
fool. I
Yeah,
ain't a fool.
because when you go back to the live replays, they got all the lives recorded, so I know they watching already.
Yeah, because you know what's so crazy is a lot of photos that I had saved was still in my Google though. And my other little whoops, like thought a bitch was dumb.
And that's happened to the whole uh the black identity extremist thing, getting you on that terrorist watch list. I was
Mm-hmm.
just watching a Bobby Hemmett video last night, and he was basically talking about that shit. He was like, "Don't be a part of no groups." And the main group he said on there was the Moors. He said they own there,
Yeah,
and
Mm-hmm.
every one
it's
of them, I done seen them all have these little cases. They be like, "I'm sovereign, but your ass be going to jail. You go to jail more than the people who ain't sovereign."
and it's like and like when I tell folks when I bring certain information out, it ain't because I'm trying to hate or debunk you or no shit, bro. I care about my people's safety. When I brought out that CIA document called Sovereign Citizens, for y'all who want to get it, go to Google, type in Sovereign Citizens CIA document. It's gonna pull it up, and it's gonna pull up, and it's gonna tell you literally anybody that's coming to you with sovereign citizenship and all that type of stuff. They are either gonna be labeled as a domestic terrorist or if they're gonna go down in the RICO Act for fraud. But either way, your ass going to jail or you're gonna have a case on you.
That's
And
bad.
there's a reason for that. And I know a lot of people gonna be like, well, Los, that's the white man. You know how they do. Nah, this time I agree with him on this one because there's some shit that y'all doing that y'all don't know what y'all doing.
That that shit ain't meant for you. That shit ain't meant for everybody. Everybody ain't got Moorish bloodline. Everybody ain't part of that little treaty shit. Everybody that
Mhm.
shit ain't for everybody. That was only a select few people that signed that shit.
Wow.
Literally. And
Wow.
it did technically, though, if you want to be real about it. And excuse me.
Dang, I need to tell me what you got early.
Hold on. Oh, that's that 93 right there. That octane.
Hitting the little purple people leader. I got a little big ass pipe, big ass bomb. I'm hitting that
That's
motherfucker. I'm feeling the same way, choking my damn chest off.
That's what I did. I just I put it in a bowl and I got that ice in it.
that's
That
that's
cold
why
water
that's
ice.
why I had to
That's
put
why
my put my
you
camera
about that
on,
ice. That
take
shit
my
fire.
camera
That
off.
shit, that shit it
Hmm.
make the smoke cool.
Hmm.
Yep. But
I like to
what I
dab
was
though
about to
too.
say, what I was about to say though about the Moor history too, just to tap in, people dig into it.
Hmm.
Only about 1 million Moors came to America. That's not a lot, bro. And it's 50 million of us here, bro. Your chances of being a Moor is like hitting the lottery. Like real shit. If your grandmama gonna give you an Indian name, an Indian tribe name, this is why a lot of y'all don't want to go talk to your grandmama. But it
Hmm.
wasn't that many that came here. Most Moors went to Brazil
Yeah, I know.
and went back to Germany.
Cause
Man,
that's who led them over here, wanted them more.
mhm. So you know, like,
No, I'm saying I mean, that's what happened, right?
oh well, who?
I'm saying that's who led him over here was a Moor, wasn't it? Christopher.
Yeah, the Moors. So the Moors already knew about America, because
Yeah.
some of their ancestral lineage is here. So yeah, they most definitely brought him over here. Because when Christopher Columbus come here, well, it wasn't just him either, but yeah, if you want to use more as a broad term right now, yeah, it was them because he had Arabic speaking ones, he had Chaldean speaking ones, which is just a branch of Hebrew, and he had like they were like a Babylonian one or something. He had like three different interpreters coming over here
So
to come to the
so
people.
is it safe to say I ain't mean to cut you off because I was looking up, what I'm saying, I got some documents and stuff on that too about, what I'm saying, the Barbary slave trade and how when it was the war of the 1300s. What I'm saying, that's why I'm so glad that you actually put that up there about the cold part because when I was looking it up I saw that too. And it was saying like after that they said that um I think it was King Tut. I don't know who it was, but one of the pharaohs had kicked him out of ancient Egypt. And that's how the nomads and the you know what I'm talking about, right? How they wandered the
Yeah, it was
desert or
King.
whatever.
It was King Tut.
King Tut?
Hmm.
Right, I know I was okay.
Hmm.
I'm like, shoot, I ain't got my receipts right in my face, but I'm like, I know it gotta be either King Tut or something because it was, yeah, that's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, so one of them. I just
'Cause,
advise anybody if you subscribe to more, and if your heart really into being a more, then really just dig deeper than Noble Drew Ali, man, because it's not what you think it is, and when you come to figure out, it wasn't just y'all that was running shit. Because while they screaming Morocco Empire, the Moroccan Empire, there was an India Superior Empire too. There was
right.
a Mississippian empire. There was an Ethiopian empire. There was a
Mhm.
lot of empires everywhere. You gonna say all of these was Moors? Bro, come on. So Moors fighting each other in history. So y'all the victim and victor sound a little YT-ish to me.
Yeah. When it literally says, when you look it up, that the Moors didn't come here until what, the 1300s?
Yeah, 1492 when they came back home after being indoctrinated all those other years and mingling with the wild the beast of the field and shit. And then they brought pretty much pretty much by them coming in 1492 they was coming back to conquer this landmass because another group of tribes was already here. So when we talk about Indian on Indian war, this is the war that we talking about. It was more on other Indian wars. You know, they left. Other folks was controlling the land. They
Indian
came
wars,
back,
you know,
but
they
they
left.
came back with their biracial children, pretty much. Yeah, they felt like they wasn't us. That's why they still feel like that they. That's why they be like we're not Indians. Yes, you are. You're from India Superior. You're Indians. You'll say Asiatic black man in the same sentence, but won't say you're an Indian. Yeah, we was fighting each other basically. You know, this why that's why it's important to understand that all Indians got along. And this like Algonquin and Iroquois are traditional enemies. Certain tribes underneath those, certain branches underneath those two tribes did get along. That's true. But for the most part, a lot of Algonquin and Iroquois didn't get along. They are traditional enemies, but both of them are indigenous to this landmass. Okay? And it was still about territory. All right? And once we understand that, and then you understand what the Moors say that they, what if they had to say Indian tribe, I think most of them go with Algonquin or something or Iroquois. I think it's Iroquois. Most of them go with. A lot of us are Algonquin. You know what I'm saying? Some Indians not getting along with each other. Yeah, that shit happened from the dawn of the days, but that goes back into crime is in proximity. We can take that and go ancient times because it wasn't just Indians beefing with each other. You had wild men beefing with each other. The Angles and the Saxons went to war with each other. The Angles and the Jutes and the Saxons, all of them used to war with each other. Arabs on Arabs, Asian, Chinese on all these people did this. It was a fight to be number one, control of all the landmass. So you're gonna start with the people in your neighborhood first before you
Facts.
branch out.
I just watched gangs in New York this morning. And then when I noticed the white tea people was calling themselves the natives. And
Hmm.
then they was beefing with the Irish people, they was beefing with the Chinese, they was beefing with everybody. The natives.
Hmm.
I wonder is them they related to any of the natives that we beefing with on TikTok?
Shit,
Is them the same
probably,
people?
probably, you know, just having a family issue. I mean, you can say that, but just because you Indian, that don't mean y'all blood family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really like that common ancestor theology. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we all had our own ancestors, and they probably were just cool for a long time on certain ends you beef. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think we all are the same, even when it come down to Indians, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we might be indigenous to this landmass, but spiritually wise and shit like that, maybe genetically wise, like I don't, I don't think so. And it's okay to have an individual mindset to think that because that would kind of be realistic. Like, even though you and your homeboys are best friends, y'all still different people at the end of the day. You know, you and your brother or your sister or close siblings came from the same part of life, but y'all still might shit. You might playing basketball and one of your siblings like playing the piano or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody is different individually wise. So that's what I think it is. And then when you have different personalities and stuff like that, y'all gonna clash. You know, so I look at it as roommates. Niggas is roommates that used to beef. That's it. And we fighting for a top or bottom bunk in the bitch. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. But everybody was warm with each other. Even when you go to Ireland, you know, the Scots and Irish, those are two, you know, indigenous people of the landmass, but they used to beef with each other, you know. And if you call an Irish person a Scottish person, they'll be mad as fuck and cuss you out. Because we not the same. Just like a Japanese and a Chinese. Walk up to a Japanese person and call him Chinese. I bet you'll have hell on your hand. He gonna be cussing you out all day. So, you know, and I just want to bring that individual mindset back because, you know, we've been grouped up and generalized so long that it's even affecting us sometimes when we read these stories and books and try to link and build. And, you know, not all Indians is going to build together, and all of us is made to get along. And that is okay. That is perfectly fine because there's no such thing as 100% good because in spirituality, there's a thing called balance. For every good, you have to have a bad. For every bad, you have to have a good. It's all about balance, duality. And that's okay. But y'all definitely need to check out this little Ice Age though. That shit dropped a big gem on me because I didn't know about this until yesterday. Like I ain't even done reading it. The shit though, bro. When I came across this shit was so intriguing. I had to come on live and like, bro, look, I'm just gonna cover this part. Y'all know Antarctica was Australia, nigga. That shit blew my mind. I didn't even know that. I was like, hold on, what? When I came across it, it was like, yes, Australia. Antarctica used to be Australia until mid 1800s. I was like, what? So now when I'm reading these books and they mentioning Australian Aborigines, these the Antarctic people. These ain't them right there. Who the fuck is them? They say that those Aboriginals on that landmass got a high level of Neanderthal. And you can look at them and kind of tell. So we know those.
You ever seen like the pictures of the people with the face in their chest? Like they got faces on their chest, and those
Mm-hmm.
people supposedly come from Antarctica too. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I got some I got some pictures of the actual statues from Antarctica that the Germans that was messing with oh boy, yeah, with the funny mustache, they found there in the 1940s.
Man, look, that shit crazy, man. And it's like, and then on that map that I showed people when it's an old map of Antarctica, not frozen over, and when it was still called Australia. It had the dudes that you talking about with their face on their chest. He was over there. Then you had like a cow and some more shit on it. And I was like, man, that shit crazy.
Shit fit with the Terra Infinita book. The Terra Infinita book say it wasn't no ice on Antarctica all the way up until the 1800s. So that the whole ice around
Mhm.
there, that shit is fairly new.
Yep, it is. It is. It is. It is. I got text. Yeah, it is fairly new. So that got me thinking too. Like when they produced this Terra Infinity map and they used the ice wall, they using it like talking about it in a current day. But if they was to do an old picture of the Terra Infinita, none of that ice was there. So that means shit. Some of us ancestors might come from outside the ice wall. This why I'm gonna be real. I kind of believe that we not really from here, bro. I believe we from out of the ice wall somewhere. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like that a little bit. Because, I mean, we feel trapped here. Like, whether it's America or you go to China or some shit, like, wherever you go, you going to feel confined. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
it's something
When you
something
see that,
different in it.
look, it say a lot of species on our plane net come from out of
Mm-hmm.
the the ice walls. It just our ancestors. It was and during the Great War, a lot of people got trapped here because they people from all these other worlds came here to fight, just like they come in here now. But the whole
Mm-hmm.
shit that we seen with the government doing the whole it's UFOs. That shit was GMO. That shit was some Project Bluebeam shit they setting up to go with the Fed now shit. That shit is they finna shut down the grid and all kind of shit. Just you know what I'm saying? Because they ain't got nothing else to do. They this they last ditch effort.
Yep, it is. So, and I just feel like, and the only reason why I kind of feel like that we kind of like on the outside of the walls a little bit, like some of our ancestry in the census record might came from outside the wall, because we age different from a lot of folks, and the time and the frequency and everything is different from us. Like, they like to call it black people time, but I think that we just operate on a whole different frequency. You know what I'm saying? Different from everybody. Like when you hear everybody is in a rush and all of us be like, bro, what the fuck are y'all rushing for? Relax, calm down. You know what I'm saying? Chill out. We say that shit to ourselves sometimes when we catch ourselves rushing. Like, man, I need to chill out, calm down, breathe real quick. But I think just the frequency of what we think time is different for us. I don't know.
And yeah, the way we walk and talk is different from everybody else. We talk in metaphors. We the only people on the planet that talk in metaphors. We be like, damn, it's hot as fuck, or damn, it's hot as hell. Nobody else talk like that.
Nope. And then too, like people really, when they hear us talk, like they really kind of hear a different language a little bit. And I'm starting to notice that too. Like when I be talking to folks and when others talk, like they really think that we like, I don't know, it's hard, like, but they really don't understand us for the most part. And then when I read the Columbus story, when they said that he brought all these different speaking folks over here to talk to us, it made sense because we created language. So for you to communicate with the people who created language, you got to bring all these different languages over just to dissect what we saying.
Big facts, and that's another clue on who was over here too. Why would you, if it was natives over here, why wouldn't you bring some people from like Mongolia or Siberia to speak to them? They brought melanated people to speak to us.
Mm-hmm.
Make it make sense.
Man, make it make sense. But man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I gotta get ready to get dressed and head to the plantation. Y'all already know it's always a blessing to come up here and drop gems and for everybody to pick up something. So if you already know, you're always welcome to the panel. Thanks for the gifts, the lights, and everybody. Get this indentured servitude on. I'm running a little bit behind. I got lost in the sauce on here. So, peace, be easy. Remember all the gems that I showed you, I taught you, or most of it, and do your own research and do your own thing. And I'm going to holler at y'all later. Thank you. Appreciate all the new subscribers and new followers and gifts, donations. If you donated to the Cash App or anything like that, go check out the TikTok store on my main page. Got dope things on there for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, got spiritual baths and everything else, sage and all that. Just go check out the TikTok shop on the main page. You're going to find something. All right? Holla.